The usual 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. That's kind of just a test because I'm interested in seeing how far from clicking the go live button it is for the VOD on the YouTube to, to save what's going on stream, because I've noticed that there is a discrepancy, although it seems to vary, depending on the VOD. And I'm interested in how long it takes for the YouTube to kind of start recording the VOD. Anywho, as per the usual, I'll give you a bit of insight into what we're doing today, although the title is fairly clear and what's on the screen is not a meme. Boom. Greetings, bookfuck. Hello, YouTube chat. You guys are here early. Happy to see you. So what we're doing today is introducing this panel concept that I'm going to do it on Saturday. So I guess it's not really an idea in the works anymore. It's actually, a planned thing and everybody's on the same page. So I'm really looking forward to that. I also have a bunch of random topics, kind of like last time before the debate, that I have prepped. Nothing in terms of a review today. I really want the reviews to stay, high quality. So, if we keep doing reviews, they're going to be something that we spend a lot of time on, probably crack open a Notion document, maybe even paint, and take them seriously. And today I'm not really feeling like that. I spent most of the day coordinating with the panelists for the Naruto panel on the 10th. To give you like a TLDR on it, we have 3 main topics that revolve around ethics in the Naruto world, so that should be interesting to go through. Things like the Uchiha and their bloodline and race realism. All sorts of memes. So I really look forward to that panel. It should be spicy. And then besides those ethics topics, we have some that are a bit more memey, like Best Girl and stuff like that. And then we have 2 teams that are going to talk about which character would win in a fight with another character. So those are kind of the 3 kinds of topics that we're going to go through. Now, I'm not going to lie. This panel thing is sort of to just put my toes in the water and see, what is possible with this format. If I brought my own kind of pizzazz to it, what am I able to do? If I wanted to establish rules that I don't see that I want to see, or things that I think are funny that other people are doing, like, for instance, Prime Kai's mute feature I've incorporated, just putting things together and seeing what sticks, and then seeing what it's like to be a moderator and to do that. And, if I understand this one will be a lot of memes, but, if it goes well and it's something that's enjoyable to host and to moderate, I'm happy to do some on more serious topics, or to continue to do fun ones and just get people together to do something other than politics. I think a lot of panels are either about politics or Twitch drama. And I think it would be interesting to see some panels that are, not about those 2 things. Because, as interesting as it is to streamers to talk about politics or to talk about, modern events and Twitch drama, I wonder if the viewers are like really actually interested in that, or if the viewers just kind of go with whatever the streamers put out. When I zoom out and take like an alien perspective on everything, it seems like a lot of the content is mostly just stuff that streamers would be interested in. So instead, I'm gonna take my own spin on it. I like Naruto. I think there are plenty of other weebs on the website that might enjoy these kinds of conversations. As a matter of fact, the reason that we're going to do a panel on these topics, and the reason that I've chosen these panelists, is not because they're streamers. I specifically, kind of entertain the idea because they're not. And I've seen them on Destiny's Discord arguing about these same topics about Naruto. And I thought, who is going to, put moderation efforts into something like this? Probably nobody, So I think it would be fun to actually moderate a discussion between these folks, At least 2 of them are somewhat knowledgeable about Naruto. And I think it would be interesting to kind of, get in the middle and, have fun with it. So we're trying something different, and that's the idea behind the Naruto panel, kind of like a TLDR. I'll go ahead and kind of catch up on this chat here. First topic has to be the pain subplot of Naruto Shippuden. Nope. Politics in the Naruto universe. Basically, it's more so ethics in the Naruto universe, but that's what we'll be going through. One of the topics that kind of touches on race realism might be a bit much, but we're gonna have some disclaimers at the start to kind of prep the audience for the fact that this is going to be a bit memey. It's not meant to correlate to the real world or what you should do in the real world. This is kind of having fun in a fictional universe and, with some really funny people who, like, beyond the arguments being good or anything like that, it's just kind of fun to listen to. And it was something I've had fun with kind of over my time in the DGG Discord. And I wanted to kind of bring that to a Twitch audience. And these people were interested in it. And so we met halfway and yeah, we're going to make it happen. I really look forward to it. This is actually the content I love, but don't say it because most chats are weebs out Sag. Thank you, Book. Yeah, and you know what? That's fine. I really don't care if 20 people show up to watch this. It's not really about entertaining a huge audience. It's more so about like creating something that I want to see. I think it would be fun to do. And so I want to. I'm going to be dressed up in a costume. I think the other panelists are welcome to also dress up in costumes of whatever variety that they want, whether it's Naruto related or not. And we're going to have a fun time with it, Politics is kind of drawing to a halt, what with Biden as president and things going okay for the Democrats in the Senate. And so, maybe it's worth trying something else, just giving you guys something else. How about the ethics of writing crap anime? Maybe, dude. The Hyuga were all about that genetic shit. Hey, maybe the Hyuga clan will get brought up in this. Naruto is basically America, isn't it? A society where people are discriminated against, genocide, bombings because of disagreement, wars for power? I'm not sure, Gregory. If this guy isn't laying in bed, I'm out. Well, we know what kind of mood Ira is in. Gotta bonk you with the horny stick, bro. I'm not in bed today. I've actually gotten a lot of private messages from people letting me know that while they thought it was a funny meme the first couple of times, they honestly can't have me on the TV if I'm laid out on a bed because it's difficult to explain to the people in their house. So I'm kind of leaving the bed streams for like when I first spend the night in like a new Airbnb or something like that, kind of just, making them more of a rare occurrence than they presently are. Politics has been solved. Booksmarts 2021. Yep. Basically. So Uchihas are Republicans and Senhus are Democrats. Ooh. Well, the Uchihas are a race of people that I think some of our panelists might want to they might think some discrimination is okay. And well, if you don't know anything about Naruto, that probably sounds really yikers, but if you know a good bit about Naruto, then maybe that's not a crazy idea. The Uchihas have some inbuilt flaws, we'll say, genetically. And they're kind of predisposed to violence in a way that's very canon in the Naruto universe. So, we'll get into that when we get into that. But needless to say, I do look forward to these talks. I think it's going to be a fun one. Whether you agree with this or not, I think we're going to have fun with the topics, and it might be worth a watch as like a taste breaker. What with people like Suspect Sushi off the platform and stuff like that, maybe there's okay, I'm maybe too close to the side. I'll knock it off. But can you debate the ethics of watching filler? Maybe, dude. I mean, I don't see who would be on the opposite end of that. Honestly, I might have a pretty, not standard thought about that because I kind of don't mind filler, at least in Naruto with characters that I like. In new shows, I kind of don't dig it, because unless the characters are interesting, I don't care to see them in, something that has nothing to do with the plot, or if the plot is so intrinsic to the development of the characters that any kind of filler kind of gets off of the point, then the filler's not too great. But there are other shows and other things where I actually wouldn't mind filler because I want to see the characters in more situations. And if you have fun with the filler, then it's great. And I'm sure a bunch of hentais out there kind of enjoy filler episodes that are about the beach or something else. So I think there's certain kinds of filler for certain kinds of folks. And I don't think filler as a whole is bad, but it's definitely detrimental to the narrative a lot of the time. Anywho, hey, a buddy, can't hang, and I don't know Naruto, but I'm really happy you're going to be able to do something you actually enjoy. Feels like you might need a palate cleansing. Yeah, pretty much. Just woke up in the middle of the night. Should I go back to bed or stay here? I mean, you can go back to bed and stay here. Just put me on in the background and I'll lull you to sleep. Examples of filler you don't mind? The filler that happened in Naruto. Okay, spoilers for Naruto Shippuden. So mute this if you don't want spoilers for an old ass show. But all of the stuff on the boat, like when he was going to the island, the stuff with the ostrich, there were actually like a lot of the stuff that happened in the Jiraiya arc in the first Naruto. I actually liked a lot of filler from Naruto. So, there is a lot of filler that I would enjoy. And honestly, let me think. I think it's tough to think off the top of my head, but if you gave me lists of fillers, I really think that you can grade fillers on like a scale of 0 to 10, and some of them are going to come out above 5, So I don't think it's that bad. Oh, Avatar The Last Airbender. Yeah, that's a good example. See, the characters in Avatar The Last Airbender are really, really fun. So it's not that big of a deal if the plot isn't moving forward because you get the opportunity to see the characters in different circumstances. I think it really just depends on what they're doing in the filler. Because if it's filler that doesn't progress the plot, but for instance, it progresses character development or shows us the characters in a light that's simply not possible because of the way the plot is, then I think that's something that's, good and it's fun. And if you enjoy the characters, it can be a good time. Additionally, there were fillers in, for example, I forget the name of the show, but I should know the name of this show. It's not Excel World. It's like Atlas or something like this. The premise is there's like some parallel world with demons and you can like spawn weapons that look like they're made out of light. And there's like a short kid with white hair who's like the heir to some demon from the other place. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They wear like a black suit, looks like Tron with kind of like digital stuff all around it. The other main character is like a guy with glasses who's a bit nerdy and kind of weak compared to the young dude who's actually like a prodigy. I don't know what the show is called, but World Trigger. There we go. Yes, World Trigger. Anything that is filler in World Trigger, I honestly couldn't tell it apart from the plot because I enjoyed all of World Trigger. I thought World Trigger is such an interesting show. It's such an interesting world. I don't mind if we take a diversion from the plot to look at other aspects of that world. I really enjoy it. So yeah, I think it comes down to how the show handles it, quite honestly. Boruto manga is good. Yeah, maybe. I honestly don't very much enjoy the characters in Boruto, so I don't know. But yeah, if you enjoy Boruto and you enjoy the characters in that, you want to see more of them, the filler is probably going to be good in much the same way that the other Naruto filler is kind of good if you like the characters. All right. Anywho, I'm going to toss it to some music and then we'll jump into things. I just need to prep a couple of other things in the background and then we'll be ready to go. Talk to you guys in a bit. Again, this music is from the resident DJ for the channel, DJ Jacob Sampson. Have a good one. What are we eating? We're eating tortillas for the super chat, all right? Can't quite flip the thing. It's too sticky. All right, hello and welcome. Did he announce a panel show? I most certainly did. I'm not quite sure if it'll necessarily be like a repeating thing. I'll kind of judge that based on how it feels. You know what I mean? So the idea is, wow, my hair is not ideal. Well, it's still not ideal, but hey, I didn't prep before this very much. Yeah, so the plan is to kind of dip my toes in the water, kind of try it out, and to try some things that are different, you know, actually experiment. I see some people. No, I'm not going to talk about this. I don't want to put other panel hosts on blast, especially since there's only like really two that you guys know about or think are important. And so if I say anything about other panels, you'll be able. Whoops. God damn it. You guys' peepo body is unstable. You have an unstable peepo body. It fell. Here, I'll put the peepo body in frame so you guys can see it. Booksmarts more like CookSmarts. Yeah, we're cooking. We're cooking. Hold on, let me. I just dropped like a whole bunch of shit on the floor. Oh man. Oh, the humanity. Anywho, yeah, I don't want to say anything too bad. Okay, I don't want to say anything negative. What I will say are positive things. We're going to be positive smarts today. So what I will say that is positive is there are aspects of shows, of panels that I like. And we're gonna replicate those bits, the bits that I think are fun, and we're gonna try them out. So one of those is, of course, and you would know this if you're a patron on Patreon. Hey, shout out patrons! You guys have early access to a secret Notion document that only you and the panelists have access to, basically. Only people in the know, of which you are one of them. So for people in the know, you can check that out early. The Notion document has all of the topics. It also has all of the rules, the format. And one of the things that you might have noticed is there is a carryover from Prime Kai's panel. That carryover is the mute feature, which I look forward to both shilling and incorporating for fun. So the idea is that you can donate to either mute or unmute somebody for the entire rest of a topic. And so if somebody starts giving some yikers takes and you want to shut them up with $25, ding, ding, you can do that. The only section that's not going to apply to, or sections, is going to be a person's intro, which I think everybody should get their introduction. It's only 2 minutes. And in one of the sections, which is going to be the fight, it's a team thing. And so I don't want you to be able to mute during the team portion of that, in large part because this team thing is something completely new. So Hippy Dippy kind of used to work under the facade of there being two teams, right? There's the lefties versus the righties. I think that is like a branding thing that has become less pronounced over time, mostly because it's not really how it works at all. And it's not like particularly a team thing. However, if you've seen that Notion document, and if you're one of the secret panelists, you know that this is going to be a team thing. There is deliberation in the prep phase right now between the people who are taking different teams. And so those people are going to prepare arguments and prepare counter arguments prior to the debate to work together as a team. Furthermore, the way that section of the panel is divided up is that both sides are going to take turns, right? So you're going to have side A make their case. Side B is going to have an opportunity to give their rebuttals and their own argument. Then side A goes back to them. They can make their rebuttals, more arguments, and so on and so forth. And so with this, and given the fact that there cannot be interruptions during this time period, meaning each team gets to speak unabated, I think that gives people an opportunity to really strategize, and it encourages them to strategize, because if they lose people from their team, which can happen, if somebody from your team is convinced to the other team, they can forfeit their time and move over to that team for the rest of the discussion. And I think part of the objective for people on the opposite team is to make a convincing enough argument that it scares the people on the other side to have to move teams. I'm not sure how well that bit of it will work out, but beyond that, because you have unabated time, protected speaking time, if you prepare an argument or you prepare rhetorical strategies that are going to make the other side look bad, you can do all of that without any interruptions. And so in that way, I think it encourages more strategy, because this is protected speaking time and you can use it to your benefit, right? And so that's what we're going to be doing. You should implement a chess clock mute system. That was actually a recommendation that I gave near the beginning of my streaming career. The problem that I ran into with that is it's technically complicated. You would need something that would work with Discord to accomplish that, and it's kind of tricky. I think that people that run panels as a majority of their content should be looking into more technically difficult things like that. And of course, if this becomes a regular part of my content and I enjoy doing the moderation, I could see that in the future, investing in developer help to make things like that happen for sure. But the chess clock thing is difficult. And so we're not going to do that, but I think it's much easier to give 10-minute intervals of time, unabated to these teams, or 5-minute intervals that are unabated to these teams. That's much easier. And so that's what we're going to be doing. But again, if it works out more, we could add complexity and do more fun stuff. Actually trying to convince your opposition, that's a debate panel taboo. Well, beyond that, you guys are going to be a big part in it. So you guys are going to have straw polls at the end of every topic. And that straw poll is going to help determine the winner. So, this kind of puts this and the rule about muting kind of puts these panelists on their toes, because if you're upsetting enough to the audience and you make enough rhetorical blunders, you're enough of an obstruction in the conversation, people really have a means to make you lose. That's the other thing here. And this is not something specific to Dylan Burns's panels, although he started to do this with some of his debates, having a winner. There will be a winner at the end of every single topic. Somebody who is the most convincing, somebody that put forth the best arguments, or the position that was the most popular. And that will in part be decided by you guys. So you'll be able to engage with the show through a straw poll. I'll look at that. And the way it's set up is a bit like a court. So you guys are going to be the jury. You're going to look through these arguments, see which one is the most convincing, and then you're going to send your verdict in to me, the judge. Now, I may overrule it depending on the situations and if you guys are memeing. But the idea is that you guys are helping to decide the winner. And if your vote doesn't decide the winner, it can still contribute to understanding how well people did or how convincing the arguments were, right? And, you know, I think this is going to be fun. There's a lot of fun things like that included in this panel. And all of it I can do. None of it is like super new stuff. None of it's new technology or anything like that. It's all stuff that anybody else that does panels could do. So I think it'll also provide an interesting example. If people actually want to try something new, they can copy some things from this. Will the participants be required to declare what their ninja way is? I don't think so. Actually trying to, oh, I already read that. Let's see here. Is it actually about Naruto? I thought it was a meme name, to be honest. No, it's actually about Naruto. So you guys can see it down here in the bottom corner. No, it's actually about Naruto. All the topics are only about Naruto. So everything is meant to take place within the Naruto universe. It's all about the ethics and different aspects of Naruto, and they're going to debate about it. So I'm really looking forward to that. That should be tons and tons and tons of fun. If you guys have any more questions about that, we could go through it right now. Just let me know. But if you're a patron on Patreon and you have any input on the Notion document with the rules and everything else, feel free to comment on the Patreon underneath the post and let me know what you think. If there's anything that you think should be added, your opinion holds weight because you're a patron of the channel. But beyond that, this is a new thing. And so if you see something that you think would be a problem, or you see something that could be improved upon, or you have an interesting idea, feel free to share it. Because the other thing is, I've been super responsive, and I'm sure that the panelists can echo this. I've been super responsive to anything that the panelists came up with. So for instance, a lot of the rules and little changes that were made to the rules came from panelists concerned about how a rule would work in practice, or concerned about how they would strategize either into a rule or out of a rule. And so that's been an interesting process. It's been really cool to have that kind of collaborative relationship with the panelists. And of course, they're stoked for these topics. It's going to be fun. Hugh in particular, one of the panelists, and you know, for reference's sake, none of these panelists are streamers. I have a secret guest that I've invited. We will see if that guest accepts the invite. I DM them on Twitter. If they do, we're going to have a streamer that you would definitely recognize joining the panel as our 6th person. But otherwise, it is going to be a 5-person panel, and everybody helped to make the rules. Everybody helped to pick the topics, and everybody picked stuff that they felt like they can make arguments about. And so I hope it's really fun. Has Destiny even seen Naruto? I'm not sure, but it's not Destiny that would be the secret guest. Again, this isn't hippy dippy. We're not going to have Destiny or Vosh constantly be the surprise. That's not it. So I'll tell you right now, the surprise is not Destiny or Vosh. You can cross those 2 streamers off of the list. Plus, I kind of like the purity of it, not having any streamers for the very first one. Kind of fun, because then, you know, you guys can have your preconceived notions if you were in Destiny's Discord and you know any of these people, or you were in my Discord and you know any of these people. But realistically speaking, I think their arguments are going to kind of stand on their own. Their rhetoric is going to stand on their own. You don't have preconceived notions about these people, so that's going to be another interesting kind of dynamic here. It's Suspect Sushi. Do they have Wi-Fi in prison? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to meme on the dude, but, you know, the Suspect Sushi thing, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm not going to explain it. I mean, it's politics, dude. It's out of my lane. That's what I'll say about that. So it's going to be real surprising when they do show up. Yeah, it will be. I don't think you would guess who is the secret guest. Um, I don't think you would guess in a million years who the secret guest would be. If I saw the name pop up in chat, I would know that one of my panelists leaked it. That's how certain I am. You guys would know who the streamer is, but I don't think any of you would pick them. So, it's not somebody that we ever really interact with on the channel. It's not somebody I've ever done a review for. So I really don't think, I don't think you guys would guess it. That's what I'd say. I'm not going to meme on the dude right after memeing on the dude. Well, I mean, I stopped myself. Did I stop myself short of what I could have done? So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. And if that special guest says yes, that will be Pog. I really hope that they do. I really hope they respond to my tweet and they have time on Saturday. Oh, I may as well say the time for anybody that's audio only. The time is going to be exactly what's written down here. It's going to be April the 10th. That's going to be Saturday at noon Pacific. Okay. And we'll be doing sound check at 11:45, me and all the panelists. So if somebody is unable to make it, I'll update what the numbers are. Right now we have 5 people signed up that all said that they could do that time. So hopefully everybody makes it. Hopefully nobody has technical problems. Everybody should have a camera. I tried to check that. If somebody doesn't, I'm still going to let them on, because there is a lot of prep that's going into this. Again, there's teams and those people are trying to strategize with each other. So, hopefully we don't have any technical problems. Hopefully everybody has cameras and everybody's audio works okay. But, we'll see the day of. But I'm not going to kick people off for that. Let's see, Mark Gudgel as a secret panel guest. I mean, if Mark knew a bunch about anime, maybe I would consider Mark. Anywho, let me see what other topics we have. Next week. Now, this was delayed, the book club, because I was very, very sick. For those of you that don't know or missed the last stream, there's a new playlist on the YouTube full of the VODs. All of the full VODs that are posted to YouTube that are not privated are in a VOD playlist. So if you're ever interested and you want to go through the backlog, all of that's on YouTube. In case you didn't know, you don't have to watch it on Twitch. So you can check that out. I updated that. I made a new playlist. I put everything in there. In addition to that, we're doing highlights from the streams. I'm going to try to do at least one video from every stream. Maybe this one won't get one. Maybe it'll just be an introduction of the panel. I'm not sure. We'll see kind of how the topics go, but I'm trying to pull out some kind of keeper from every single one. The most recent video that went out on the YouTube along those lines is about Zen and how I use Zen thinking in my decision making and to kind of try and ballast myself and fight against black and white thinking, or if I'm going to think in black and white, using that to my advantage and kind of remembering that if I'm thinking black and dark all the time, there's a way to think white and light and think about the positive things. So that's another cool video. I think that the graphics that I put on the screen actually help to tell the story that I'm trying to tell and help explain the concepts I'm trying to explain. So that's part of what I'm looking for with the highlights. Not just fun content, but content that when it's edited, you can kind of add more to. That's the hope. But we'll see. Your Zen video is super cool. The editing was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you got Pisco for the Naruto panel. Does Pisco watch Naruto? I'm not saying it's Pisco, but I'm not saying it's not Pisco. I love giving you guys red herrings. From now on, you guys are going to keep saying streamers. I'm just going to keep saying, ooh, well, I will neither confirm nor deny. I'll get fans from everybody to show up. I need this Naruto panel. It'll be fun, Katsu. It'll be fun. These kitchen graphics are 10 out of 10. The microwave looks so real. That's because it is. You can see the shadow on the back. Wow, that's really, really good. Look at that green screen effect. That's nutty. Is it Sea Dog VA or Giguk? Ooh, I'm not going to say. I can't answer this. Bob 7? Maybe. Dude, Bob 7 makes his triumphant return to Twitch on the Naruto panel. The redemption arc, dude. He's like Madara, dude. He's a master manipulator. Amaranth? Neither confirm nor deny. Ask Naisu about his Naruto takes. Ooh, I could invite Naisu on. Anywho, my beautiful baby boy, how are you doing? Hello, Buttermilk Buddha. I don't even have to read the name because I know that you say the same shit every time. Not to dog on it. I appreciate it. I'm doing well, bro. I'm all freshly shaven. Freshly shaven all over. Really, really good stuff. I was getting unkempt, and I figured I would take the time to just make sure I'm all, looking like a baby boy, I figured it out. It's Melina. Well, you're very, very close, and it could be Melina. That's a mystery that you're going to have to figure out on Saturday, April the 10th at noon Pacific. We'll figure out who the mystery guest is. I'm going to keep it a secret until then. And remember, the mystery guest hasn't agreed to come on. Let's be clear about that. I've only DM'd the mystery guest, and I've heard that this mystery guest is capable of arguing about Naruto. This mystery guest was personally requested by the panelists to appear for their outrageous takes on Naruto. Outrageous takes, the seeds of which sowed just strife in the Destiny Discord and just really led to some heated arguments about Naruto. So I'm interested in inviting them on and giving them an opportunity to defend themselves, to defend what are apparently dog trash takes, and to show their knowledge of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, but not Boruto. We're not going to discuss Boruto. I'll tell you that right now. We're not discussing Boruto because it's boring. And it's too new, dude. We're not doing some Gen Z Naruto shit. You gave it away, book? Did I give it away? Darius IRL? It might be Darius IRL, dude. It just might be. Must be Destiny then? I've told you it's not Destiny or Vosh. I can tell you that much. And it can't be Mel because she's not allowed on my show. Let's see. I'm going to scroll up here. Wings of Redemption. Ooh. I can't believe Bookie got Moist Critical as a surprise guest. I mean, if Critical wants to come on, if you're that big, you're welcome to come on, dude. I'll break my rule. I'll have more than 6 people. That's fine, But, yeah, right now with 5 people, I think that's a fair number. Even if one person's not able to make it to the panel, I think we'll still be fine with 4 people. I don't mind smaller panels. Much easier to kind of digest, And I think it would be easier to digest for you guys, too. I'm surprised that we don't do more small panels. But, again, I said I will be Mr. Positivity, and I'm not roasting anybody's panel today because we're staying positive. We're focusing on positive things. I said something positive about the Prime Kai panels in that we are going to be taking the mute feature idea from that show. What can I say good about the other one? Oh, that's what I can say good about the other one. We are also having intros, which is, something that Dylan Burns does on his show. Not that it's exclusive to that show or that he came up with it, but that's a hallmark feature, a protected intro. You're not allowed to interrupt. Very strong rules on that. That's something that I'm going to implement in this one. So everybody's going to have protected intros, and that protection extends to the mute feature that the audience can give. I don't want you guys muting somebody's intro. We should at least know what their argument was. Give them 2 minutes, And so that's what we're going to do. Everybody's going to get their own intros, even if they get muted. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Let's see here. Is there a character that could possibly touch Madara Uchiha, let alone defeat him? Well, I think, and you may not remember who this is, the Eternal Genin. Do you remember who the Eternal Genin is? I don't know if he's called the Eternal Genin, but if you are familiar with Naruto, you probably know who I'm talking about. He wears a walk on his back. Maybe the Eternal Genin could take down Madara Uchiha. I have faith in him. So that would be where my vote goes, dude. To the Eternal Genin. I think he could do it. And I'm not talking about Edo Tensei Uchiha Madara. I'm not talking about Ghetto Rine Tensei Uchiha Madara either. Well, if you're talking about normal Madara, I would say that probably Senju Hashirama, right? I mean, he defeated him once before. Defeated? Spoiler. He defeated him once before, right? So, I mean, technically you could say that Hashirama could do it. I would say that's an easy answer to give off the top of my head that's not a meme. It's my 9-year-old. She likes Naruto. Friggin' weeb. Yeah, you got to start him early. Did Uchiha Itachi do a genocide? Yikes. Let's not do that. Although we will be talking about maybe a little bit of genocide. Maybe people from the communist side of things want to tune in. We're going to be talking about genocides. We're going to be talking about the policies of a certain politician from Konoha. You guys might be familiar with him. He was one of the founders of the village, one of the most important historical figures, Tobirama, the second Hokage. We're going to be talking about some of his, more controversial policies on the, we're going to talk about some of his more controversial policies regarding the Uchiha clan. Think of them what you will. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to give my opinion on the Uchiha clan. Heaven knows, there's a TOS on Twitch, but, let's just say not everybody's friendly with the Uchiha clan, and we're going to be discussing some things about the Uchiha and some possible solutions for the Uchiha problem, as Hashirama, or as Tobirama would put it. The racist Hokage? Whoa! He's not racist, dude. He's got a thing against the clan, all right? He's got familial gripes, all right? He's not a racist. It's like race is not a big thing in Naruto, but he's got a thing against the clan. He's got a thing against the clan. The alt-right Senju. Some call him the alt-right Senju. Some call him the based Senju. It really just depends on what side of the political spectrum in the Naruto world you land on. And we happen to have what would be the equivalent of a far-right extremist on the panel. And that far-right extremist might kind of expose you to some ideas that I might not even be comfortable platforming. But, we'll see how it goes. Oh, goodness. We're maybe close to the sun here. Having a thing against the clan is like anti-racist. That's what I'm saying, right? Normally, if you're against the clan, doesn't that make you kind of based? Oh God. Is Jujutsu Kaisen the same anime Naruto with a cooler Kakashi? What? I have some prep notes here. And I had Jujutsu Kaisen in here. I kind of, so there's been some discussion on the Discord. We're going to transition. This is a fucking weeb stream, I guess. So we're just back-to-back anime here. What's the anime from your Twitch profile picture? That would be Great Teacher Onizuka, or GTO, as the kids would call it. That's what that's from. Okay. Anywho, to kind of get on a Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a shonen that came out in the last year, I believe, I would highly recommend it. Now, it does have issues, and we kind of discussed those issues on the movies and TV channel on the Discord, which if you haven't joined, !Discord, and you can join it. A really fine community on there. The people that are regulars are good people, mostly because moderation efforts have kind of squeezed the pimple of evil. Oh, speaking of pimples of evil... Danabo's squeezing the fucking pus of his chat into mine. What's up, Danabo? Hi, what were you guys talking about? Hopefully something good. We're talking about weebs in here, so if you guys aren't down for talk about anime, you may not have a very good time. Before you leave, I will let you know that you guys like panels. I know you like that. So, oops, I'm what the fuck? All right, so Naruto panel, April the 10th, Saturday, noon. Be there. Be square. We might have one streamer there. Everybody else, you're not going to know who they are. I'm going to have fun with it. The one streamer that might be there, we're still waiting on a response from. they are welcome to join the show if they choose to. They'll need to submit some prep along with everybody else because there are prep segments for the show. But I'd be happy to have them. I would look forward to it. It would make things a lot more juicy. And juice, I hear, like XQC, is something that a lot of people enjoy, right? We want the juice, dude. And there will be juice on this panel. There will be spice and there will be juice. That's what I'll say. It better be John Zerka. It might be John Zerka. It could be. It could be any streamer that you're thinking of that is not Destiny or Vosh. I'm not going to tease you with some fucking clickbait shit. It's not Destiny. It's not Vosh. Don't think it will be. Don't show up thinking maybe Steven will show up. He won't. Unless he's in the chat and memeing about my dead motorcyclist friend. It's like the only time he's been in my chat. It's the one time he memes about my dead friend. Anywho, we're getting off track here. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So that panel should be fun. Noon. Look forward to it on Saturday, Pacific Standard Time. Let's talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. All right, smooth transition. Woo! Sweats today, dude. Let's talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. Watch, it's gonna be Destiny versus Vosh. How funny would that be, bro? How funny would it be if there were no panelists? I literally just dipped on all of them and I fucking hosted Destiny v Vosh, fucking talking about the N-word or some other bullshit. No, it's not gonna be either of those people. I can tell you that. I promise you. Anywho, transition. Jujutsu Kaisen. So, like I was saying on the Discord, we discussed this a little bit. There are problems with the show, and a lot of the problems have to do with pacing. If you read the manga, it makes a lot more sense that the pacing is what it is. And the anime, being in love with the manga, wanted to faithfully translate it over. And I would say that if you're somebody that watches shonen for fights, I could make a pretty solid argument that Jujutsu Kaisen is all built around fights. There is not a single episode in the series that doesn't have some kind of significant fight. And I made this argument on the Discord. I listed out a lot of the first episodes and showed you that there is a fight in every single one. That's why I like it. That's why the pacing doesn't bother me. Now, there are recommendations that I also made, and if you read the manga, you'll probably see those, and I would be interested in your input because none of my viewers have read the manga. But I thought that there are explanations about the powers that don't come until way later that you could have brought in. For instance, Gojo, the guy with the blindfold, I think that you could really improve people liking Gojo by explaining what the fuck it means when he says red, blue, Murasaki, whatever the fuck. It's not explained what any of that means. He just fucking shoots laser beams or some shit. You don't even understand. They explain the infinity between people, the Mugen, and I thought that was cool, and people seem to be interested in that. I just wish they would have explained his eyes. I wish they would have explained red, blue, and purple. Beyond that, I wish they would explain why Sukuna, the evil thing that lives inside of Yuji, I wish they would have explained why Sukuna is obsessed with Megumi, the shadow guy who does the Naruto hand signs, right? There's just like a lot of stuff that I understand why it's drip fed in the manga, but it didn't need to be in the anime. I'm going to give spoilers for the manga right now, so click away. You don't want that. They're very, very small. I'm not going to give you like plot details that are like super huge or whatever, but like Megumi's dad is significant because Megumi's dad was one of like the most powerful, scariest fucking, people in the show, and this is never explained the entire run of the anime, so you never really understand why Sukuna would be obsessed with him, and I think that has something to do with it. So why we don't learn about his dad, I'm not sure. Why we don't learn about why we waste time on the jellyfish kid. I'm slipping on his name, and I had all those names down. I can't even remember what his name is. I think it was like something. I forget what his name is. But anywho, we don't care about that kid, okay? It's not done well. The pacing is bad on it. So why we wasted a bunch of time on him, I'm not sure. The only interesting part about learning about him was learning about the patch face guy, right? Mahito. So, you know, we wasted time on a lot of stuff, and we could have spent more time explaining characters that are more interesting. Because I think even when you get a little bit of an introduction into the mechanics of how some of the curses work or how some of the techniques work, even Miwa, who is the girl with the bangs that go like this, who has a sword, even just that little bit in the fight between her and Maki was super duper interesting, like because of the little thing with the feet and her feet move and then she gets fucked, and like that scene happens really quick, but it's interesting. Even Boogie Woogie, which is a super duper simple ability, becomes so fucking fun because the way that you use the ability is the interesting part. You know, like I just wish we would get more explanations for things that were more important, and I wish that was brought into the show more, but it wasn't. So we talk about improvements and stuff like that on the Discord. If you're interested in conversations like that about everything from WandaVision to whatever anime is popular right now, like recently we did a whole watch through of what was the show called? Iron-Blooded Orphans, which was prominently featured in the most recent YouTube video on my YouTube channel. You know, we're kind of watching things together, and now some of the people in the movies and TV channel are hosting watch parties with each other, which, while I think made, you know, run onto TOS a little bit, I'm happy to have them have the discussions in the chat and arrange those things. I think that's cool. We're really building up like a critical mass of a community on the Discord, and I think you guys would have a good time regardless of what you're interested in. So I'll say that. IBO is literally my favorite Gundam show. Mine too, but it's the only one I've seen. But I loved it, you know, as a non-endemic, you know, Gundam audience member. I liked it. My first introduction, I really liked it. And if you're interested in IBO, you can scroll up through that chat and see us experience everything from the very beginning. Like, for instance, I thought, oh man, are these going to be spoilers? How do I say this delicately? Because I don't want to spoil it. Some of the jokes, like me calling Mikazuki or whatever his name is, the main character guy. I called him Ace Confucius because he talks in riddles, and I thought he was asexual. That does not end up being the case. My read was wrong, but it's funny to see those things, to see the initial interpretations of the character, and you can go and look back on those, and you saw that in episode 1, I thought I was confident and I had things figured out that I didn't, right? And that's part of the fun of it. So yeah, a lot of fun experiences on the Discord. I know Sleepy, an Overwatch streamer, does weekly anime watch parties on Discord, so it might be fine. I would be down to do weekly anime watch parties. That sounds so fucking fun. Dude, if you know how to do that, let me know. Go to the Discord, at me, give me information on that. I would love to host those kinds of things. I don't know if I could stream it on Twitch. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed. But I could like host it on the Discord on some third-party website, and every week we could all talk about stuff. It would be much easier than doing the book club, right? Even if I'm sick and I'm like vomiting blood, I can still, you know, I can still do a watch party and be okay. I can't necessarily read for a very long time before I get sick, but I can lay on the couch and veg out. I always thought Mika was phytosexual. He is. I think he's phytosexual. I think I learned that. Yeah. The dude has some problems with liking killing people, and I'm surprised that was a plot point that never got tied up. I thought they were hinting at it in the very first series because one of the interactions that happened was they were talking about the human debris, which are basically like orphans that are forced into slavery, and all of the information about them just becomes like slave. So they're just slaves that are sold and fucking have to fight wars and stuff, and they sell themselves to get some money for food or whatever. They sell themselves. And so these human debris, there's a whole plot point about how the human debris don't really like want to fight. They're kind of duped into fighting, and they have to fight because they're raised from like birth to do that. And it was said that like they don't enjoy it. Nobody enjoys this. You're forced into doing it. And even the people that feel a sense of duty and a sense of purpose to do it don't enjoy it. And I thought that was an interesting contrast to Mika, who enjoys it, right? Mika definitely enjoys killing people, and we get little hints of this, that Mika enjoys murdering people, and that's just never, ever brought up again, and I thought that was interesting. I thought that would work out at some point, that, you know, we would kind of work through that, or he would have to humanize himself for the women of the show. He didn't. He is a soldier all the way until the end, and I was kind of like, that was interesting. I didn't see that coming. Have you watched Darker Than Black? I most certainly have. Man, I think I had a little bit of a crush on the Darker Than Black character, the main person. I think I did. Darker Than Black, that's a fucking cool-ass show. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I really like Darker Than Black. That Obito shit confused the fuck out of me when I read it. What does? Itachi and the Genjutsu in one eye and the fire in the other eye. Oh shit, you guys are talking about complicated Naruto stuff. What is the anime we're talking about right now? It is Iron-Blooded Orphans. It's a Gundam show. But I think we're moving off of that topic. I would rather be weebs out for a little bit, because we opened up with the Naruto panel, which is happening on April the 10th at noon, and then we kind of transitioned into Jujutsu Kaisen and talking about how I would improve the show, some of the discussions we had on movies and TV on my Discord channel, and then we moved into Iron-Blooded Orphans, which we also watched together on there. Chinese Electric Black Man. Wait, whoops. Chinese Electric Batman. I don't know where that came from. My bad. Whoa! What the fuck? What are those? Who is this? Sock Done Left. That's the socialist guy with the memes. Thanks. Hi, everybody. We were talking about anime woo, but we're all done, I swear. I'll shill though while you guys are here, and it's a little bit anime related, but as you can see down here in the bottom corner, we're doing a Naruto panel. I'm hosting, moderating, judging, and you will be the jury. You're gonna help me decide. That's gonna be on April the 10th, Saturday at noon Pacific. That should be fun. Now, there is only one special guest that might be coming that is a streamer. I've asked them. Hopefully they say yes. Fingers crossed. But that will be the only streamer person, if there's any at all. We're only having 5 people right now. We'll have 6 if that person says yes, keeping the panel size a bit smaller than what you guys are used to. In addition to that, the format, completely different. Or not completely different, you know. The first 3 topics are similar to what you'll see normally. The thing that will be different is we're going to have the jury segment, and we're going to have a pointed guided section where basically after letting everybody have their free-for-all and talk to everybody like a normal panel where I'm just jumping in to stop loops and things like that, we're going to have a pointed Q&A sort of thing where if 2 people kind of only got to like level 1 or 2 of an argument and the conversation moved past it, but I thought it was significant, I will give those 2 people the opportunity to finish it. Or if there's still a question as to somebody's belief, a question somebody didn't answer, like the frustrating conversation I reviewed between the Surfs and Lycan recently, which is up on the YouTube, you know, I'm going to fix those things before we kind of move into asking the jury what they think. And that's a section I don't see happen on Twitch panels, so it's something that I'm going to do. The jury thing is also something that doesn't happen on Twitch panels, but I'm going to let you guys in on the process. You can go ahead and do that. I would appreciate it. And then there will be a final judgment. Another section, completely different. Hippy Dippy started out almost seeming like we would have teams, that it's the left versus the right. It's moved away from that, kind of accepting the way that the show normally runs. Not for me, no. These people picked positions before the panel started, and they knew who else has those positions of the panelists, and these people are going to work together on 2 separate teams. These teams are going to be given unabetted talk time. Right now we have that set at 10 minutes per team. That's going to be a back and forth, maybe 4, 5, 6 times. And what you will do is you'll present your arguments, give any rebuttals, talk shit on the other team. You're completely protected. The other team cannot talk while you are talking. And then it will switch over, and that team will have an opportunity to give whatever rebuttals they want, ask for any fact-checking that they want, give their arguments, and that will be a back and forth. At any point, if somebody from one of the teams was convinced to the position of the other side, wants to participate from the other side, they can say so at the beginning of their team's round and become a convert. And then they will move over to the other team and they will help them with their positions, right? Interesting. We're trying a lot of new stuff with that in particular. So basically we have an either or topic. You can pick one character or the other that's going to win in a fight, and both of these teams will move back and forth. They'll have time in that segment. After that, there will be a free-for-all where everybody can talk again and everybody can represent whatever position they want, and they'll be able to hash things out after that period. Then there will be a final period where I'll be able to ask questions and kind of resolve any lasting disputes between these people, any questions that went unanswered, things like that. Then we toss it back to the jury like we will for everything else, get the jury's verdict via the straw poll, and then make a final decision as the judge on who won. And there will be a winner, either topic-wise or person-wise, for every single topic, for every single point that we're going to go through in the show. So that'll be fun as well. There will be winners and there will be losers, and you will know who that is and who Booksmarts thinks it is, and it'll be a good time. So look forward to that. It's going to be a fun one. Converts are 100% going to go full sabotage. That's something that we've controlled for. So I've had a lot of collaborative work with the panelists to kind of tease out things like that. And they agreed that converts could certainly ruin the new team that they're going to. So part of the concession that you need to make as a convert is your team will be able to decide whether or not they want you muted. Your new team, the team that's accepting you. I think that the purpose of converting is not necessarily to start arguing for the other side. It's more so to show that you cannot argue for the side that you're arguing for anymore. People that would prefer to stay quiet because they feel like they can't argue against the other side can make this concession to kind of pull themselves out of it. And if come the next round, they feel like there are compelling arguments that they can go back and make for their other team, they can switch back and do that. But yes, they ended up deciding that they want to have that person have the opportunity to mute that person. So that is something that is an option available to the panelists of the receiving team. Now, that doesn't last the entire time, because once we enter the free-for-all, that person can make arguments for the new team that they're on all that they want, but they're not going to interfere with this kind of protected segment where these two teams are having the opportunity to talk without the other one interrupting them. So yeah, that's part of it for sure. Potential debate subject: Rock Lee, great eyebrows, or the greatest? Well, I think you have to give it to the OG Lee. I think you got to give that to our boy Mike Guy. I think you got to give it to Mike Guy. He's got the greatest eyebrows. I'm sorry. Rock Lee is an impersonation. You got to remember that, okay? You must be Chinese because you seem to be in love with copies of the original, okay? The copy is never as good as the original. You keep that in mind, okay? You just stuff that in your back pocket, all right? It's definitely Mike Guy. Definitely Mike Guy with the best eyebrows. Should I start watching Naruto, people, or should I just walk away now? You could do both. Walk away while watching Naruto, people. Kind of just back pace. What safeguards do you have to prevent things from becoming a super one-sided 4v1? We have none. You want to know why? Because the one man who would position himself as the one in a 4v1 is more than capable of it. Hugh, one of our panelists, has a near encyclopedic knowledge of Naruto. So the idea in the prep that we did was to pick a topic where nearly everybody is going to pick the position against Hugh, and that the position against Hugh should be so good and so enticing that everybody would be encouraged to take it against him. And so we specifically picked a position where that would be the case. So I fully expect, and I actually, fingers crossed, hope that people move onto the other side and actually start to rally against Hugh, because I think Hugh can take it. And that's the way that I hope it goes. Who is your favorite VTuber? Obviously Corone. But she might kind of be equivalent a bit to Okayu. And I think Okayu's sense of humor is funny. Wow, thank you for that.
Sounds cool book, buddy.
Thanks, bro. I'm happy you're excited for it. I'm super excited for it. In case you couldn't tell, I've I've not done panel stuff. I've not done moderation of panels. So I kind of want to dip my toes into the kiddie pool. I want to have fun with it. I want to do something that's not super serious, you know? And please don't take it seriously, because some of the arguments, if you were to make parallels to the real world, would be kind of yikes.
He who desires but act not breeds pestilence.
Wow, look at all this. Jedi pork chop, failure goat. I don't think you're a failure. Although I've seen some goats fail and tumble down a mountain. That's kind of sad. Oh, fuck, that's incredible. Yeah, I hope it is incredible. I really do. And if it goes well, and if some of the segments which are new to the panel scene are things that work out, like the team segment, right? I hope to tweak them to make them better, and then maybe apply this to other topics, not just Naruto, maybe politics, maybe Twitch stuff, you know, the normal fodder that all the panels cover: Twitch drama, Twitch news, and politics, right? We could always apply it to that. I think that's a space where there's a lot of people screaming, and, you know, it's rough. But I'm willing to take the hit to my viewership to not have a star-studded cast of hooligans. Okay? You know, I'm willing to have boring people on. If there are people who dip their toes into the panel game as professionals in their field and felt disillusioned by how silly those panels are, I think it would be interesting to give them a serious forum where we could have 2-on-2s or 3-on-3s where they're actually going to be taken seriously, and they're going to have a moderator that takes things seriously, right? I think that is definitely a part of this in the back of my mind, is I'm hoping that I can do that. You guys, a lot of you just came from Sock Done Left. That's somebody who, as much as he's a great memer, as much as he can perform well on panels in their current state, he's also somebody that I think is more than capable of having more complicated conversations. He's just not given the opportunity to with a lot of his interlocutors. How interesting would it be to get Rage Pope and Peace Go and, you know, maybe Sock Done Left and maybe Rem, like people that are more traditionally serious and take a more serious approach, giving them a platform where they're going to be policed and moderated heavily, and they're going to have a very serious conversation. It'll be a taste breaker from what you normally do. It's not going to be as spicy, but hey, you know what? If people say that that's the kind of thing that they want serious stuff, serious coverage, I don't mind taking a day out of my week, or a day every 2 weeks to kind of give that to people. Okay. I mean, if moderating a panel is not too bad and it's not really that big of a deal, you know, if it's much easier to schedule with 4 or 3 or 5 people than it is 8 or a gazillion or fucking 10 or 12, you know, then I'll do that. I think it's much easier to coordinate with people that are serious and that are actually looking forward to the conversation, people that are doing prep before the day of, you know. We'll see how many people turn up that are supposed to turn up to this panel. If we have 3 of the 5 people show up, I'll know that that's more difficult than I made it out to be. But I have a feeling that when you require prep and you do a better job of organizing your show, not to cast shade on the other people, but one thing that I was told about this show is it's more organized than what one of these people went through on a television broadcast, you know? So everything is written out for them in a Notion document, which of course the patrons on Patreon have access to. If you didn't see that in your email, you can go check that out. You can read all about all the topics and the format. But I'm taking a very structured and serious approach to this, even if it's a funny thing, because I'm hoping to replicate this. If it's fun, if it's doable, if it works out, I'd be happy to do it again, because I'm stoked for it. I'm really looking forward to it. 20 people panels Pog. No, not Pog. It kills me, bro. I can't handle these 20 people panels. It's too much for me. I would hop on this shit so fast. Please, yes, God, I'm so tired of the garbage panels. Well, don't call him garbage, okay? Remember, I promised myself that I would be positive, because I can get very negative. I can get very doomery with panel stuff. So I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to say that there are things from these panels that I liked. I like Prime Kai's mute feature that the audience can do. I think that's funny. I think you can incorporate that into fun panels, you know? And if somebody wants to shut somebody up that's being an asshole or is holding things back, or even just to be funny, it's fun to give them the opportunity to do that. So that's great. Dylan Burns and his protected intros and outros. I think that's great. I'm taking the protected intros and I'm incorporating those in. Beyond that, the protected elements of Dylan Burns' shows and the kind of godlike status that he has with making other people yield. These are also things that I hope I can replicate in this show, and I think he does really well on his own, right? So there are things from these panels that I think are good, and they really benefit their format and their respective shows. And so that's something that I hope to replicate in this one. And so, it's not all bad, guys. But yeah, I can see that the 20 people thing is just, it's too much for some people. You mix in that the 20 people don't have cameras and there's not even something interesting and epilepsy inducing on your screen to look at, So, and it often tends to be that the most ridiculous people, the people with the most ridiculous arguments holding back the conversation, happen to be the same people that don't have cameras, right? But we're being positive smarts today, so we're not going to focus on the problems with 20 people panels, but we're going to focus on what makes them fun, which is muting people with money, and that's something that we're going to copy. The Doomer Energy is Real book. I just get so tired of sloppy moderation and consistent interruption. All fine. I mean, again, I'm going to counter and I'm going to be positive smarts. I think that Dylan Burns isn't a sloppy moderator. I think you're talking about somebody else, so I'm going to skip over that. But, given a positive spin, I think Dylan Burns is not a sloppy moderator. I think Dylan Burns tries to run a tight ship. And compared to a lot of the other moderators on the platform, it most certainly is. When relative to other people, it most certainly is. So that's what I'll say, because I'm being positive book smarts today. Positive smarts, did you fuck a book before stream? Yeah, I did. How did you know? Was this webcam on earlier than I thought? That's actually why I have to do prep before every show, so that I can squeeze the positive smarts out of myself. I do just grab a good old book and, get to doing what I'm known for. Anywho. No, I'm not talking about Dylan. I know you're not talking about Dylan. We're going to keep skipping over these negative messages. Tier 3 subs get panel spot.
Yes, I love this. For mysterious reasons, I love this.
That's something I'm not going to copy. I'm not going to say it's bad, though. I don't think that one's objectively bad. But, yeah, I'm not copying that one. Let's see. What else are you guys up to? Super chat from Pineapple Platypotamus. Have you read groundbreaking science Kai control free online? Ever watched Dragon Ball Z? That energy is real. I've never watched Dragon Ball. I'm not a big Dragon Ball guy. We had the VHS tapes of Dragon Ball when I was young. And when I went to my abuela's house, which ironically looks exactly like the house I'm living in Mexico, when I went to my abuela's house, she had a bunch of them. And my cousin, who introduced me to Naruto and anime in general, he really enjoyed Dragon Ball. We had a whole arc of Dragon Ball on the VHSs. But Dragon Ball is such a long show. I think we only had one arc, and it's from the middle of the show. So every time we had it on, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But yeah, I never really got into Dragon Ball. I think there's a lot of communities that did get into Dragon Ball, so I think it's cool to see them super interested in it. For instance, I know that for African American people in particular, where I'm from in America, Dragon Ball is really, really popular. I don't know what the connection is there, but I've noticed that, and I know that that's a recurring thing, so that's awesome for them. I was more so a Naruto guy. I never got into One Piece. I never got into Bleach. My shonen of choice was always Naruto. And I used to be obsessed with Naruto. One of the times that I moved high schools when I was younger, I was so depressed because we moved to a really shitty neighborhood with a lot of, not good stuff around me. And I was kind of doomer. So every day, the only thing that I looked forward to was coming home and binging Naruto Shippuden. This was around the same time that I learned how to watch things in 2X. And beyond that, I learned how to read subtitles at 2X because your boy's not watching the dub. So I watched a lot of the beginning of Naruto Shippuden because I restarted the whole series, started from the beginning, and watched it at 2x. And every day when I would come home from school, I would draw on my computer tablet and I would watch Naruto. And that's what I did. So yeah, Naruto has like a big soft spot. I got a big soft spot for Naruto. Do you actually read a lot? Not very much lately. No. Ever since I started streaming, my reading has just gone way down. That's because I do other stuff. Like, honestly, I think a huge thing that gives me stuff to talk with you guys about and helps me with creativity is watching YouTube. And because I have to spend time on this as a business venture and essay stuff and tutoring and business and my friends and streamer relationships and yada, 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 I don't have a lot of time for reading anymore. And, you know, I don't like audiobooks. So I can't passively consume stuff. So a lot of the time, I'm just watching or listening to YouTube videos nowadays. Is the Saga of Tanya the evil good, or do you think it could radicalize innocent weebs to support fascism? ¿Por qué no los dos? Why can't it be both? I really liked Saga of Tanya the Evil. Do I think it can make fascism fashionable? Yes. Is that a problem? Maybe. But I liked it. You know, I think Attack on Titan is trying to make fascism look fashionable to a much greater extent, in my opinion. We're talking about wiping out the Eldian race, euthanasia at the fucking worldwide level. Kind of cringe. So I think there are more explicit examples of fascism being made out to be a good thing. I think Saga Tanya the Evil is coming close, but it's not as bad as some of our other modern counterparts. I like the show. Super Chat 5 USD from Monkey Brain. My favorite kind of brain. That's the half of me that wants to have sex and eat donuts. Is there any character that can even touch Madara Uchiha, let alone defeat him? Well, you fucking missed the beginning of the stream, my dude. Who the fuck do you think whooped his ass the first time, huh? Who has consistently been able to whoop that motherfucker's ass? I'll give you a hint. His DNA is all over the place on all of our different characters we love. It's inside of Yamato, and it's fucking on fucking Madara's back, and it's fucking a plant creature. It's Hashirama Senju. Hashirama Senju definitely has the ability to touch, not only touch, but whoop the ass of Madara. So that's canon.
Avoid rudeness.
You argue with that, you gotta argue with Kishimoto.
Chance of making that work by
yeah, definitely Hashirama Senju, bro. I have 27 episodes or so left in Naruto. Well, you're 27 episodes away from having perfect knowledge to bring to the panel happening on April the 10th at noon Pacific. It's being blocked, brah, lamau. Smiley, your scam link isn't being posted. I don't know what you mean. I'm scrolling. Buddy, do you need me to like order you a pizza or something? That's not food. That's what contains food. Yeah, bruh, I know. Well, you know, I think I've been rewatching Naruto to get ready for the debate. One of my favorite characters, who I love making memes about, if you ask Senpai Chow, he knows this, is Pain. And I think experiencing pain makes people stronger, and the pain in my gut makes me a better performer. So I'm just going to fill it with empty carbs that leave me yearning for more. And then I'm going to fucking channel that yearning into creating content for you. Let's see. 2x Naruto is justified. It most certainly is, and I'll go down to the grave with that argument. How did you start your platform? I started my platform. I called into Destiny's stream as an anonymous essay writer person who wrote graduate papers for a living, and I started to make the argument to him that I think he could do better in debates if he cared more about the optics and the rhetoric of his arguments. Not just the logical level, but realizing that there's a whole other component about how you wrap up that logical argument and deliver it to people, and that perhaps a lot of the problems with communities not being very receptive to that, or non-endemic audiences not being receptive to that, or even his interlocutor not being receptive to that, has to do with his rhetoric, and it has to do with the optics of some of the decisions that he's making. And so that's how I got into it. I started a stream where I thought that I would do tutoring every Tuesday for free, because I also did tutoring as like my professional thing on the side. And so I offered tutoring. I taught people how to write papers. And then I kind of branched out further and started to do debate reviews. People were interested in some line-by-line breakdowns I did of Steven's conversation, of MX Vivian's conversations, Vosh's conversations. And and that's still a staple to this day, unlike Tutor Tuesdays, which quickly fell through. People didn't want that, But I learned a lot about Twitch, I started out very naive, and I've kind of grown into what you see today, but that's how I got started. Audiobooks are cringe. Well, not all of them. I really enjoyed The Martian. I say that every time, but that's like my favorite audiobook. Vels, thank you for gifting a sub. That's fucking dope of you. You got so many months stacked up. You got to fucking spread the love. Why did I join at Sex and Donuts? Well, because you know how to have a good time. Euthanasia of a populace by race is National Socialism. Well, I think National Socialism is what Hitler called it, didn't he? Imagine not mentioning Danzo and Orochimaru. No, because I stick to canon, baby. And if Sasuke can whoop Danzo's ass, I'm sorry. How do you think he's going to handle the best Uchiha? You're out of your fucking mind, dude. Thinking Danzo can fucking even come close to Madara? You're beyond lost. Here is some money. Please eat food. Aw, thanks. Attack on Titan was always cringe. I don't think so. But Sonya was a based lolly fan service. Oh my goodness. I'm fucking skipping that one, dude. What would you rate out of Naruto? What would I rate it? I think that your first anime, your first shonen, is your baseline. I am going to give Naruto, the original Naruto, not Shippuden, a 5. I'm going to give it a 5. I think it's just average. That's where my average is at. I think you could convince me to get it down to a 4, a 4.5, but I would say it's a 5. It's just average. It's completely run of the mill. Just pure mean tastes great. What do you mean? So the surprise guess is Pokemon? Stop. You're fucking revealing things. Enough. It's leaked. I would rather be an incel than a food incel. Well, what does that mean? You'd rather hate women than hate food? That's kind of cringe, not gonna lie. I like women, and I don't think the things that you do about them. So that makes me better. Where can we find that first talk you had with Destiny? In my hard drive. Steven never posted our first conversation, the very, very first one that we had. But I sometimes crack into the vault. I crack into my old hard drive. And I've watched it a few times, the very, very first talk that we ever had. So I think I might be the only person that has that, unless Steven keeps copies of all of his VODs somewhere or somebody else's. I think I might be the only one, and I kind of like that. I kind of never want to post it. I love that I have the first conversation that I ever had, with Steven. And I kind of like that. Kind of like keeping that to myself. Let's see here. Watch through, then discussion of Jujutsu Kaisen. I would totally love to. Jujutsu Kaisen is something that I could watch, I think, over and over and over. That shit is like The Mandalorian. That is some bread and butter, baby. I love it. I'm dumb. You're gonna love this. Anytime on my YouTube recommended feed there is like a fight, like it's like the students versus Hanami, or it's fucking, Yuji versus this or whatever, I always click them. One in particular that I watch, and it's not even particularly interesting, is Mahito versus Nanami and Yuji. Fuck, I love that one. Like, I love it just for the innate domain part of it, or the perfect domain, or whatever the fuck you call it. The domain that he calls for the first time. Spoiler. Fuck, the animation on that gets me every time. I remember watching that the first time, and like, it scared me. It made me jump. When all of the black hands come up and they fucking grab Nanami and they push Yuji away, I was like, oh shit. Oh, fuck. Like, the hands are in his throat, and I'm like, wait, what the? and then bum bum bum, and they trap him. Oh man, and the hand animation and the sounds, it was all just so fucking good. I love that show so much. Everything, man. Even the little, like I've said already on the show, even the little Miwa versus Mika, or Maki, I'm sorry, Miwa versus Maki, the girl with the angled bangs. That was a very, very short fight that she fought Maki. But man, it's so quick, and you really feel Miwa's perspective in it, that she is being overwhelmed, that she thought she was getting into a very different fight because of what Maki's sister had told her. And to see her trying to figure things out in real time and barely picking up. And she's so impressed with Maki's ability. So much so that she's always like 5 seconds behind what's going on. Like she's commenting on the Aikido that's being used by Maki to kind of overpower her. And then she realizes the Tachidori, she realizes that she got her fucking sword stolen. Like all of it is just so perfect. That whole little sequence where Maki breaks the fucking staff and she throws the thing and then she throws the hidden weapon and she does the distance close and she fucks up her footing. Like that whole scene is just so fucking perfect. And it's, you know, when you watch that the first time, it's so fucking quick and it feels good. It feels really good. Another one that just felt really good is Yuji and Toto versus Hanami, that where you learn about Boogie Woogie. And what's really fun is when you watch back and you see the first time that Boogie Woogie was used and you hear the clap and you didn't know what his power was. You didn't really understand how Yuji switched places. And I remember watching it for the first time and being like, what the fuck? What? He's on the ground? I literally played it back because I was confused as to what had happened. I'm like, the animators made a mistake. They have Yuji on the ground, like, or up in the tree when he was on the ground. I was so confused at that little part. And of course, Booksmarts is always the pause champ, doesn't fucking watch until the end. Later on, when you learn about Boogie Woogie, and I watch back the episode, I'm like, oh shit, he switched. I didn't even notice that, right? Things like that. I have so much fun with anime, and I would love to share that with people. It's just, it's not my platform. I'm not an AniTuber. Those videos would take a long time to edit, but watch parties, I think I could do that. And I think if I really wanted to, I could do recordings of the anime and I can cut clips together, and I could, you know, if people are really interested in that content, I could branch out and do those for fun as well. Particularly if I find an editor. Now I know a couple of you have emailed or Discorded me and said you're willing to do editing stuff. I just want to make sure that I have projects ready for you. The anime one is one of those. There are also improvements to the debate reviews that I want to do, such as being able to watch at 2x when I'm on the stream and then replacing that footage with the 1x of the debate later on, and maybe even cutting it on top of the screen the way August Editing does for Steven. These are considerations I would make, but man, do they add so much time to the edit, and they make things very particular. But if another editor is willing to do that for super cheap or for free, I'm willing to Hassan it. You want to fucking do that shit for free? Okay, go ahead. Because the content is going to come out anyways. If you want to help improve it and make it better, go ahead, you know. That's something I should invite help for a little bit more, so I'm considering it. In my opinion, the biggest problem with Naruto was that they released an episode every single week. Because the plot of the anime would advance so much faster in the manga, they used extensive flashbacks as a crutch to stretch the runtime. And then, of course, there were the year-long side arcs to buy more time. The last straw was a Shippuden episode where they're dashing through the trees and flashback to, the flashbacks problem.
I shall call
Big
him...
problem. I think that there is I think that there is money to be made for somebody that wants to do a supercut of the entire Naruto Shippuden series. Just rip the fucking Blu-ray, cut out all the flashback sequences, and then edit it meticulously to make it something that flows. And I think if somebody wanted to do that, they could make some good fucking money. Hell, that might even exist, and you could tell me about it, but for sure. Hanami versus Toto and Yuji on YouTube has a comment section full of people asking for the soundtrack. The other thing is, the videos that are edited of these fights on YouTube are very clearly trying to avoid copyright, and they're trying to cut the fight down for people that don't want filler. Man, people must really be fucking ADHD'd out, because the filler that's being cut out of these fights is necessary to the fight. I don't want to watch the Mahito fight with the part where he throws the fucking the three people at Yuji. I don't want that cut out. I want to see Yuji have to fight those things. Why are we cutting so much in a fight? Or like what you're talking about with the Toto and the Yuji versus Hanami. Why are we cutting? The music, the soundtrack is so good and it goes together so well with things. I don't care if there's scenes where they're figuring out what the abilities do. That's part of the fun of it. That's part of the experience, is that they're figuring out their opponent at the same time. If you were to cut out every bit of internal dialogue from Miwa versus Maki, what does it turn into? A flash of things happening on the screen that's 60 seconds long? Like, very, very silly. I don't like that, especially in that fight where the soundtrack is such a huge part of it. To be cutting in between things is really jarring. So yeah, I think that anime has not done justice with the fights on YouTube. I often have to go to Crunchyroll. Man, this is embarrassing. There's a page in my notebook that has timestamps and episode numbers for the show, because sometimes I want to go watch the fight. I see it in my recommended on YouTube and I really want to go watch it. So I have timestamps with where I go in the episodes to go and watch those, because I don't want to see them edited. I want to watch the full thing. The full thing is fun to me. I think they did a good job. Wait, are you doing an anime panel? I most certainly am. April 10th at noon on Naruto. Be there. Be square. Let's see here. Let me catch up. The Goldman, thank you. I like your sax. They fucked over our country a little bit, but I like your sax, Goldman. My favorite non-shonen anime that's super interesting is Hyoka. Hyoka's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. I love all sorts of anime. What if want to be your editor but have no experience editing? Don't, right? I want to, if you're sick, I want to be a doctor to help you. But I don't know how to be a doctor. So if you don't know how to edit, it's not your place. If we're talking about Dr. K terms, it's just not your dharma. Go live your purpose, because it's something other than editing for me. I think I was using something like that when I was binging Naruto. What, the 2X? I hate time-wasting action scenes. YouTubers are the worst at this. Always trying to waste my time. There should be a weeb trigger warning on the stream so we know what we're stepping into. How about the fucking Naruto sticker at the bottom of the screen that says I'm hosting a Naruto panel? Is that not warning enough for you? Oh, wait. You're complaining about YouTube clips of fights on Megalol. I most certainly am. Better fights? Shika versus Tamari or Naruto versus Neji? Ooh. Shikamaru versus Tamari or Naruto versus Neji? I'm going to go... Which is more interesting? Shikamaru versus Tamari. Which is more impactful? Naruto versus Neji. The themes of Naruto versus Neji are much more powerful. I think it's a much more powerful emotional fight. The idea of the genius versus the underdog, and he's getting his ass whooped, like, that was a very impactful fight. I really like that one. But in terms of interesting rewatchability, Shikamaru versus Tamari. I think everything all the way to the way that the fight ends with, spoiler alert, Shikamaru conceding, really, really fun. Really, really fun. And especially growing up with these characters later on in the series, it's fun to revisit some of these initial interactions that they had. So I personally had more fun, I would say, with the Shikamaru versus Tamari, but I think the more impactful one emotionally would probably be Naruto versus Neji. Hyoko is super good. Yeah, it is. Another one that I kind of want to rewatch would be, I'm trying to think of the Japanese name. It's Beyond the Boundary. What is the Japanese name? Kyo something no kanata or Kyo kara kanata something. I'm sure you guys will tell me. Let me catch up real quick. Oh, Wicked Supreme. Hey, what's up? He's not the surprise guest. Booksmarts, Nichijou and Golden Boy, the dubbed ghost stories, are my favorite non-fighting anime. You know what I've really liked? And we have an emote of one of the characters from it, so you probably know what I'm going to talk about just off of that. Wait, fuck, what is that show called? Golden Kamuy. Golden Kamuy is really, really, really good. Kamo shire nai sky na na. That's a fucking jam that I listened to. That gray opening, I listened to that on the motorcycle a ton. It's in like my bops playlist, and I listened to the full thing, dude. I fucking love that. There's quite a few anime songs that are like that, where they're really, really fun on the motorcycle. Another one would be Colors, which I believe is a opening or ending from Code Geass. And then there is the opening to Eureka 7. Eureka 7, right? It's like a mech show, kind of eco-terrorist show. The opening to that, I forget what it is. It might be by Flow. Or it might be by Flow. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the title on that one. You can probably let me know, but I really like that one as well on the motorcycle. Look, pal, if you're just going to bring logic into everything I say, I'm just going to go sit in the corner. All right, well, have fun, Destiny. Can we talk about how much shit Boruto is, except for that one episode everybody knows? Boruto is one of those where I watched up to like episode 20-something, and now I only watch it on YouTube. I only watch it on YouTube. I only watch clips and highlights, dude. That's all I know of it. Kyokai no Kanata is beyond the boundary. Ah, okay. That's what it was. Has amazing animation. Beautiful. Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful show. Also, for how little it did compared to other character dramas, it made me cry as well. Beyond the boundary. It made me cry. Like, I don't know why, but it made me cry. I remember that about the show. Golden Kamuy is an amazing manga. The manga is really, really good too. And if you really like the anime, you're going to really like the manga. The same humor and everything is in there, and it's drawn beautifully. Fire Force was the first anime. Oh, man, I need to catch up. Dude, Fire Force looks so fun. I think I've only seen episode 1, but I would really like to catch up. Eureka 7, Omega Lol. Why are you Omega Lolling me? God, that Eureka 7 OP is lodged in my brain. Do 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 do. I'm fucking tone deaf, but you know, if you know the opening, you know what I'm getting at, dude. Please never make your own website. I won't. I'm not a graphic design. Graphic design is my passion. I appreciate you, Dorian. You're a stinky fruit, but I guess you're kind of cute. Do you value the visual spectacle or the overall narrative more in anime? You're going to hate this about me. I am positive smarts about anime. I don't give a fuck. I look for what's good. I'm not a nitpicker that fucking picks everything he doesn't like out of something. I'm not a fucking snob that's going to be like, oh, if it doesn't have a narrative, simply why would I be watching? What's the story without story beats? Oh, goodness. Like, oh, the pacing of the show is awful. It's so bad. I think you're fucking duping yourself into finding things that you hate about art, because that's all it is. We're fucking telling stories out here. We're telling them in different ways. Find what you like about a show. Don't fucking sit through the whole thing and bitch. Why are you sitting through the whole thing and bitching? You know how much anime there is? If you don't like it, go fucking watch something else. I hate people that fucking roast anime all the time, bro. I even hate people that share their fucking My Anime list and shit. And if you're listening to this right now and you're one of my friends and you know that you've shared it with me and we've had conversations, I hope that I gave you some indication of that. But yeah, I don't enjoy being super duper critical about anime. I don't have a particular thing that I need in terms of like visual aesthetic needs to be good or this or that. I have prejudices that I try to really remove. Like, for instance, I had a prejudice against 3D animation. And how did I break that? By falling in love with a show like Land of the Lustrous, or falling in love with a show like Beastars, right? You got to find stuff that you love, right? And, you know, I think it's a lot like if you were like racist against people and you just didn't want to date like a whole subsect of the population because you're racist. Like, I think you got to learn how to fall in love with people, bruh, because all it takes is one show that's 3D animated that you fall in love with, that for some reason or the other, and you learn that it's not that you hate that one particular thing in every single show and it's always going to be a disqualifier. It's that you're being prejudiced and you just have like an ignorant thing about you, an ignorant itch that kind of turns you off of stuff. And I think getting over those ignorant itches is good, because ignorant itches produce ignorant bitches. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to find what I love about shows, dude. And if I'm able to get rid of a prejudice in the process, I love it. That's what I'm about. So I just try to find shit that I love. I don't really think about anime that way. Fire Force anime is great, but the manga fell off so goddamn hard. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Have you seen March Comes In Like a Lion? Yes. That's another one where initially the art style, if I just saw a bunch of montages of it, I'd be like, ooh, I don't know if I really like this kind of fua aesthetic, right? But that's not a disqualifier for the show. You watch March Comes In Like a Lion, beautiful, wonderful show. And I would argue that it uses that aesthetic to benefit itself. It makes it a better show because it's drawn like that, and because it has this fua airy kind of nostalgia-ness to the drawings. And even if that turns you off initially, you find another reason to fall in love, and you get over that stuff, man. That's what I'm about. Just get over it. Kick Supreme. What does Supreme say? Give me your most underrated anime and your most overrated one. Underrated, Kino's Journey. Overrated. Overrated. This is another one you're going to have a hard time with me. Overrated. Ooh, am I going to upset people here? I'm going to upset people no matter what I pick. Let me give you things that are passing through my mind that I don't have reasoning for. Clan Ad, Angel Beats. Angel Beats, I'm going to be real with you, not good most of the show. More than 50% of the episodes. Not good, forgettable. You can't tell me about them. It's the few good ones that make you like the show, and it's the ending, right? Like you like the baseball one, you like the car accident one, you like the ones at the end, you like the way it wraps up, but I don't think you had a fun time getting there. So, there's a few other ones. I won't go into them. Another underrated one, though it has like a niche community of people that really like it. It has a lot of people that I don't think would even consider it. What is it called? It's a Magic Girl show. It's been around forever. What is it called? It's like a kids show. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Because people they don't want to do magical girl stuff. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Maybe you will. I'll keep going. Land of the Lustrous is so fucking based. Yeah, it is. While I have different tastes, I do agree that people that feel a need to shit over anime they don't like when there's so much for everybody out there need to take a seat. Yeah. They need to go sit on an upside down stool, as we like to say on the channel. What do you think the most overrated? I already answered this. To be fair, both Beastars and Land of the Lustrous are done by the same studio. There you go. They figured out how to do it. Not liking Naruto is as bad as racism. I didn't say that. I don't think I did, at least. Let's see. That face, when you not liking an anime, is the same as racism. Oh my goodness. You guys really held on to that racism comparison. That was kind of a toss away. I tried to peepo steer out of that, dude, and you guys are just steering us back into the fucking center divider there. The aesthetic is so strong because of the contrast. Yeah, in Kino's Journey, people are sleeping on that shit. And I'm not talking the new one either. But I mean, the new one is whatever, If you like Kino's Journey, you're going to like it. But if you like Mushishi, if you like atmospheric stuff, if you like... what's that witch show? The feel-good witch show that's Nichijou. Do you know what I'm talking about? I forget what it's called. The witch show. If you like cozy shows, man, Kino is just so atmospheric and lovely. Every episode is a different country with its different rules. Having Kino as the outsider character who is just consistent in her routines, almost to like a military, thing here. And Kino is one of the characters where Am I gonna say this? Yeah, I'm gonna say this because I say cringe stuff all the time. Kino made me consider non-binary people a lot more. And I don't know if this is the case for anybody else, but to me, Kino is a character that I always recognize as non-binary immediately in the show. So much so that I feel compelled to mix up he and she pronouns when talking about Kino, and to mix he, she, and they all together. And I make like an honest effort in my mind to do it because, man, he's so fucking cool. Like, I fell in love with that character and Hermes, and just, man, it's such a good show. Watch that show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch Kino's Journey. It's so good. So good. Oh man, I loved Angel Beats in high school. That show makes me cry every time, even if it's shit. Yeah. Oh, Plastic Memories. Yeah, Plastic Memories is another good one, although a lot of it's not good, you know. There's a show aesthetically similar to Plastic Memories that always comes up in my head. It's that what's that show where there's like an inspector and they have like a weapon, and the weapon is like, I think she has pink hair. I'm colorblind, so I can't see it. She has like pink twin tails, and she's like Mosugu, whatever fucking that girl, and the guy with the fucking, he has like an armband on. That's a good show. I like that one. I always think of it as the same as Plastic Memories for some reason. Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, nope. None of those. Not Madoka Magica. Oh man, it's like Pure Kiss or something. Fuck, I don't know what it's called. I watch it when I smoke a lot of weed, and it's very, very fun. Thoughts on Gundam? I fell in love with Iron Blooded Orphans. I'm going to be trying more from the series. If you want a challenge on watching anime on 2x and being able to read the subs, I suggest Tatami Galaxy. But then you would miss the beautiful animation. That's not a fun one. You're going to miss what's good about that show, in my opinion. Little Witch Academia? No. Yuru Kampu. Oh man, Yuru Kampu's another fucking good dude. Okay, so Yuru Kampu, good ass show. You should watch it if you have any interest in the outdoors, or your family does. You have any kind of nostalgia to that. You're gonna like Yuru Kampu. Fucking fun. You like gear. You like hiking. You like any of that shit. Do that. If you like hiking in particular and you like that show, I would recommend. I think it's the English title is Call of the Mountain. That's one that you might like. It's similar. It's about gear and whatever. If you like that show and you like the girl with the motorcycle, there is a motorcycle show. I forget what it's called, but if you look up motorcycle girl anime, I'm sure that you'll find it. The girls are all meant to be kind of personifications of the bike that they ride. You have one girl who's super duper tiny, but she rides like a big ass fucking sports bike that she can't touch the ground on. That is another really fun show along the same lines. These are all, they feel similar in my heart. So if you liked Yuru Kampu, those are the two that I would recommend you try. And I could do that for a lot of stuff. So if you ever want recommendations, you come to me. Have you seen Space Dandy? Yes, lovely. And if you like Space Dandy, watch Redline. Let's see. Ping Pong is based. It most certainly is. Psychopaths? Nah. Precure. That's what it is. F it. You're amazing. I love you. If your name's Afeet or something, because you like feet, I don't know. Thank you. Love you. Precure is and it just goes to show, I asked for this and nobody was able to provide it to me, right? Precure is good shit. I only see really niche people on Twitter talking about Precure. But Precure is really fucking good. Especially if you're into that genre at all. And if you're not, you might find yourself liking it. I like that show a lot. If you're a lady and you want a show that's about ladies that doesn't fucking turn them into like nothing burgers, that's another like good show. It's a good show. It's not quite the same as like Sailor Moon, but it's fun. And if you like that show and you want something more whimsical and out there, there's always what is the show where it's the two girls and they dream, and when they dream, they connect in the dream world and they get a fight with each other? Do you guys know that one? What is the name of it? I can't Google these things, unfortunately, but that's another very, very fun show that is easy to watch in a single sitting if you want to binge something all day. That's such a fun show as well. And there's a lot along that same genre of kind of weird magical girl shows. But that's a fun one. Let's see here. Black Rock Shooter? No, not Black Rock Shooter. These girls, they go to a weird school and they fall asleep, and then they join up in a thing. They have to go to a lab and they go to sleep, and then they share each other's dreams. The girl has like a surfboard that she can ride the fucking wind on. She wears a wetsuit looking thing. She's like a tomboy. She's kind of crazy. She's out there. Yumiria. Why does that sound familiar? Maybe that's a Japanese name. I don't recognize it though. Let me think. I only watched the first season of Psychopaths, but it was really good. Oh, okay. Nice. I always see doujins for Precure on N Hentai. Ugh. Ugh. Ew. That's gross. I wish I didn't read that or know that. But now I do. Oh my God. You're my first streamer. First time watching you. Like? Lots of love. Thanks. Oh. Thank you, Nidish Dahamal. Dahamal? I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but I'm happy that you caught it. And unlike other streamers, I read my YouTube chat at the same time that I read my Twitch chat. So welcome. Feel free to chat. I'm watching you right here. I call this your peepo body. You're on my phone, and I can read you from the phone. So here's your little peepo body in the corner. You're here, same as everybody else. Have you read Jojo Part 6? I haven't read Jojo at all. Oh, you guys aren't going to like this. Oh, boy. Oh, you're not going to like this. Here's where I stop being based. I don't like Jojo. Don't send the Twitter mob after me. I don't like Jojo. I don't. I sat through all of the first season at the behest of people who said I would fall in love with it. I didn't. I watched the second thing. I watched Stardust Crusaders all the way to Egypt. I kind of liked some of the fights. I thought it was kind of funny. But you know what turns me off? When everybody else is having such a wonderful time watching it, and I'm like, this is like a 6. This is like a 6. And I don't even think, like, I would get if Japanese people love the show. I get if memers love the memes from the show. But I don't think you get to enjoy the memes in real time. I don't think it's very funny. I don't think it's very memey or funny. It's funny sometimes, but yeah, I tend not to talk about JoJo because I spent a lot of time on it, and it was like, you know, Tom Hanks trying to start a fucking fire on the island in Castaway. The wind got to it, bruh. The fucking hormone. I can't with the hormone, bruh. I watched Stardust Crusaders all the way to Egypt, and I went back to like episode 3 onwards of JoJo the first season, and I finished the entire thing, and I went, I fucking took that fucking cursor to the top right corner, and I exited. No mas. I gave it its shot. I think, to be fair to the anime, if I would have continued watching Stardust Crusaders, I might have started to like it more and more because it was kind of funny at some points. But I don't like it. I'm sorry, guys. Egypt is the worst part. Everybody tells me booksmarts, that's why you don't like it. You got the fucking worst part, brother. I'm sorry. If the worst part of your show is the first fucking 40 episodes of the entire thing, fuck off with that, dude. If I gave you like 40 episodes worth of my time and you couldn't convince me of why I should like the show, it's not a show for me, dude. It's like I'm just shoveling food into my fucking mouth because I want to make it disappear. Like, why would I do this? There's so many other anime that I could watch. I'm done. I just wasted my time with JoJo. Just watch it till season 17. It gets so good. Nope, I can't, dude. I can't. There is no worst part. It's all amazing. And that's how you know you're in a cult. The Jojo cult. They've caught all of you, which is fine. I mean, if you guys like it, you have fun. You have fun with it. I'm not a connoisseur of anime like the rest of the chat, but I feel the exact same way about Jojo. You know, the haters in the chat would say it's because you're not a connoisseur that you don't enjoy it, but you and I both know. You and I both know. That's what I'll say. Vels, my bad. Damn, some spicy takes. Yeah, unfortunately. I did not like the anime very much. However, I did enjoy the manga. Anyone else? Maybe other people can sound off on that one, Nitish. Honestly, like, maybe other people just enjoyed the manga. I've enjoyed watching the dude draw the manga. I've enjoyed interviews with the dude. I just really don't enjoy his show. I don't like that we're killing dogs because he likes to kill dogs. One thing that we've talked about on the show before is how sometimes the artist kinks and things kind of ruin a show for me. One thing that ruined for me, to kind of get off of the JoJo topic, would be a little anime called Made in Abyss. Now I have a coming to Jesus moment that I'm able to deliver unto people. Really makes me feel like the Messiah. Really gives me a Vosh complex, if you would. It really gives me a Vosh complex to bestow this unto people. When people liked Made in Abyss, I like to remind them of the orphanage and some of the plot points of the orphanage because they forget. So the first thing that I do is I reveal to them that the author is a unabashed pedophile. Okay? That's not up for debate. The author is an unabashed pedophile. So let's look at some aspects of that show that people forget. How are the children punished at the orphanage? Do you remember? They're taken to a room at the bottom of the building, strung up naked. And this isn't just a passing thing. The kids are continuously threatened throughout the show about this. Let's try and no question mark. Know yourself. As in, you don't know shit because you forget, because you turn a blind eye to this. How about another thing? The Black Whistles, the elites, the elite explorers of the show, the people that all the kids look up to, that they want to become. Do you remember who the first Black Whistle we meet is? Big guy, jolly, meets the kids on some of the first levels before they really get down into the abyss. When he's introduced to our robot boy character, do you remember what he first did? Do you remember his first comment? It's not, wow, you look so realistic. You look like a little boy. That wasn't it. He grabbed him by the leg, turned him upside down, held him by the leg, pulled up his pants, and said, wow, those are like real little boy balls. Do you remember that? I do. That was the point when I had to stop watching the show because the children being tied up, the weird sexualization that other adults give towards the children before that point in the series, all came to a head with this. The comment about the nipples of the robot boy earlier were weird, but they came from the children, so I ignored it. I ignored a lot. I ignored being hung up, naked, and whipped. I ignored them being spanked naked. I ignored a lot of things. But when he picked up the boy and made that comment about his tama being so realistic, I had to say, and I'm out. And for that reason, I'm out. Okay. I can't. Yeah. Isn't Made in Abyss relatively popular? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, and it's not like in Monogatari, where Hachikuji is very clearly this kind of yikers character, with no real explanation besides being a spirit. It's not even like with Shinobu, where you get to see Shinobu as a busty ass vampire lady. It's not like that. It's not like the sisters, which are at least kind of anime age. These are children, and it is a huge plot point that these are children, and it is constantly brought up that these are children. As a matter of fact, the fact that they are children is brought up simultaneously with these punishments and these weird sexualizations at every turn. You mix that with the information about the author, comments that he made about how he had to get the nipples right on the character. These comments are more than I can handle. I can stomach Monogatari. I can do that. I can buy into the premise. I can enjoy it artistically. I can't do that with Made in Abyss. So yeah, Made in Abyss. If you liked it, or a friend liked it, play this little test game with them. Yeah, because I don't know if people remember this stuff or paid attention to it. I'm pretty sure that didn't show a clip. What didn't show a clip? Let's see here. Yikes, sounds like I'm not going to watch that show. I don't blame you for not watching it. What show is he talking about? Made in Abyss. What the fuck? I drop stream for like 2 seconds and come back to this. Yeah, I'm warning the people out there. Oh, you never got to the child mutilation torture child mutation torture chambers. No, I didn't get that far. Yikes. I thought the author was just an edgy fuck. Well, if by edgy fuck, you mean that you're like low-key a map supporter, maybe he's just a little edgy to you. Maybe he's just a little kinky. But no, he's an unabashed pedophile. It's come out in quite a few interviews. So yeah, not very pog. This is like when someone mentioned the rape scene in Kill la Kill for me, Sag. Yeah, not good. Whether it was the suit or the teacher, there's multiple rape scenes in Kill la Kill. You take your pick. Yeah, Kill la Kill is another one. Kind of makes me uncomfortable. But again, at least they're that old. Because the children in Made in Abyss are exactly that. They're written to be children. So it's almost more egregious than is what is commonly accepted in anime. Yeah. Okay. That's the type of clips that come on when my mom walks in the room. Yeah. Oh, shit. It makes my body shake. What makes your body shake? Based. Monogatari is so good. I agree. I like Monogatari. I stomach the parts that are better. Hell, I try to find something to enjoy in them. But I can't. I can't do that for Made in Abyss. I just can't. You know? Monogatari's dialogue was so good, but I can't fucking sit through that toothbrush scene. I know I said those things, but I can sit through the toothbrush scene. I'll say that. I can sit through that. What I can't sit through is the inspection of little boys' tama. Not ideal. Kobayashi-san's Maid Dragon. Yeah, maybe that one too you could ruin. How can you do it? I don't understand. It's just brushing teeth feels weird, man. It is. The kids were being stripped and hung and whipped while they were naked. Very, very different than a fucking erotic toothbrush scene.
Pestilence.
I'm sorry.
I read about the Naruto panel. Quite the meme 3.
Yeah, it is. April 10th, Saturday, noon. See you there. Be there, be square. Thank you, Nate the Younger. I hope you're there to clip stuff, dude. You're quite the clipper. But yeah, I can stomach it. It's a fucking toothbrush. You know, it's not just a toothbrush. Talking about the balls of little boys. I can't do that. I'm sorry. That's too fucking much. I can handle a toothbrush. Okay, that I can do. All right, that I can do. I can do a toothbrush. All right, I can handle that. What's your recommendation to someone who doesn't know anything about anime? What's the first anime that they should watch? One that you're enjoying. I think if you've never watched any anime, maybe watch a movie. That's my advice. That's what I give to old people that have never seen anime. I give them a movie. I give them something Ghibli. And that's cliche, but I think that's honest to God the best advice. I give them something that's Ghibli because they're going to like it. You throw Princess Mononoke in front of somebody, they're going to like it. You throw My Neighbor Totoro in front of somebody, they're going to enjoy it. You put Howl's Moving Castle in front of a young kid, in particular, like a young girl, she's gonna fall in love. It's awesome to share that with people. Nausicaa, even Kiki's Delivery Service. There's just so much good stuff from that studio that you could share with people that just never watch anime, right? A lot of good stuff. Different ones for different folks, right? If you're an adult, I'm gonna give you Mononoke, particularly if you're a dude. My dad loves that show. He loves Princess Mononoke. Every time we put it on, he won't fucking turn it off until it gets to the end. It's like Star Wars. Here's another thing for my kind of art preferences that might help you guys realize where I'm coming from, and why rewatchability is such a huge thing for me. When I grew up, my dad was really, 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 really into Star Wars. Ever since he was little. When he was little, the movies came out and he fell in love with them, and he fucking stole the fucking toys because he was poor from the store to play with them, and hid them by burying them in his front lawn so his mom wouldn't know that he was in love with this show ever since he was a kid. And as he became an adult and he could afford to buy the toys, he bought a bunch of them. He has a bunch of them. He has the movie posters in our living room. All of the trilogy, he has the movie posters for them framed. He has decorative plates. He has fucking cups from the 80s that came out as like a special at fucking different fast food places. We collect a bunch of Star Wars shit. Always. You could give me the first bit to any line and I can tell you the line that comes after. When we would clean the house, he would put on Empire so we could listen to it in the background. Hell, we used to turn off the TV and just have the audio playing, right? So I learned how to obsess very early on. That's the same reason that Jar Jar doesn't bug me. Episode 1 doesn't bug me. I remember watching episode 1 and 2 and 3 with my dad and going to the movie theater and going the day it came out, skipping school to fucking to do one of them. I think it might have been episode 1. And huge memories for me around those shows. I love them to death. Even the prequels, dude. And I don't even see problems in them. That's how much I love them, right? So, maybe that tells you something about my tastes, but like my dad is a dude that loves Ghibli movies. He likes all of them. He especially likes Mononoke. And so, I don't know where this rant was going, but there you go. You get some insight in this stuff. I've probably seen episodes 1 through 3 10 times each. Like number 2 is so good and nobody talks about it. Like number 1 gets attention because people love to shit on it, but at least it gets attention. People just passively go, I don't even remember 2. I bet it was as bad because it's a trilogy. Fuck off. Number 2 was so good. It was so good. The Battle of Geonosis, the Clone Wars, something that's barely hinted at in the original trilogy, a game-changing event for the entire universe, and we get to see it play out. We get to see the historic Clone Wars. Like, and people just don't care because I don't think they really like Star Wars. I'm not to gatekeep, but man, if you like the Star Wars world, Clone Wars is so fucking good, and you don't need to watch the fucking kids show to like it. You shouldn't need that. The movie is good. It's so fucking good. You're introduced to Jango Fett. You get to see Slave One. Like, are you kidding me? It's so good. Like, oh man, it's coming together. You start to learn that the Chancellor Palpatine is the Emperor. Like, there's just so much good stuff to episode 2, and people sleep on it. you know? And it's like, fuck, man. Because 3, in my opinion, is the worst of the bunch. 3 has an impactful ending. 3 has an impactful final arc with Order 66 and the fall of the Jedi and the scenes at the Jedi Temple and the rise of Darth Vader. These are important things, but they happen at the end. We don't really care about what happens early on. This is where we get the sand remarks. We get the memes, dude. It's not very good. Episode 2, the entire thing is good, though. You get to see the fucking bounty hunter. You get to see the shapeshifter. Oh, man, there's so much good stuff. It's so good. You get Coruscant, and you get to see what it's like there. You get the droid factory and R2, and C-3PO gets to fight in the arena, and you get to see Padme actually do something interesting, and she gets to fight with them, and she gets clawed by by the creature, and like... Oh man, she falls out of the fucking the clone ship. Anakin, no! We have to keep going. Whatever. They fight Dooku. You see Yoda fight for the first time for real. So much good stuff in episode 2. And people don't remember any of that because they write it off in their head. It bothers me how little attention episode 2 gets. Man, sorry to fucking rant, but I fucking love episode 2. And nobody watches it. So it's fucking sad, dude. These new Star Wars movies are shit though, but I bet I don't like them. I don't really like them. The last one was okay. I've only rewatched the first one of the new trilogy. That's it. I don't feel compelled to. I don't care about these characters very much, which is unfortunate. But you know what? Disney made up for it because you know what they gave to us. And if you're saying Star Wars is boring, I feel bad for you, dude. Because you're probably hooked up to like a respirator that breathes for you and you have to, oh man, I'm going to make some fucking ableist jokes. Let me stop, okay? The implication is you might be brain dead. Because The Mandalorian, you know, you're either brain dead or you haven't seen The Mandalorian. I would recommend The Mandalorian to anybody who doesn't like Star Wars. You didn't like the trilogies because they're old. You didn't like the prequels because your friends told you not to. You didn't like the new ones because they actually suck. I would say that you should probably watch The Mandalorian. And if you love Star Wars and you haven't seen The Mandalorian because you were turned off with the prequels and then, you know, you had your stuff removed after watching the newest ones, watch The Mandalorian because you will get to see season 2 of The Mandalorian. In season 2, man, I'm going to watch season 2 back so many times. Did you like Boba Fett? Were you interested in that character? Guess what? You get to see Boba Fett again. You get to see Slave One. In episode 2, were you a man of taste, a woman of taste, an envy of taste that enjoyed the hypersonic explosion things in the asteroid field when Obi-Wan is chasing after Slave One? Did you like that? Guess what? Here comes Boba in his dad's old ship, bringing back that shit. You ever wonder what would happen if you dropped one of those bombs in atmosphere and not in space? Well, I have a little thing for you. Do you miss the sound of those repeating cannons? You're going to like it. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. Do you have a bit of a taste for the old Jedi? Maybe you like, I don't know, the Clone Wars in the animated series and Ahsoka Tano. Did you like Ahsoka Tano? You're going to like Mandalorian. Did you like some of the Jedi of old? You might like Mandalorian, okay? Did you enjoy the comedy of Bill Burr? Would you like to see him, not as just some extra in the background of a movie, but as a main character with a dedicated TV episode where he gets to show his funniness? You're going to like The Mandalorian. Did you enjoy Iron Man and the director? Well, I have news for you. He worked on The Mandalorian. Are you interested in the Mandalorians as a race, a creed, a religion of people? Well, guess what? You got to learn a lot more about the Mandalorians. Like, man, it's such a fucking good show. Hi, Bookfucker. What up, Heat? Good to have you. There's so many flavors to Star Wars. There's even a horror zombie Star Wars book, man. Yeah, and if you like books, man, you have tons and tons of Star Wars books. You can pretend they're all canon and you're really going to enjoy it. The Bill Burr episode sucked, although Bill Burr was great in it. Oh, but that was just one episode with Bill Burr in it. If you wish that Bill Burr had a bit of a better episode, well, watch season 2. Because I think that Bill Burr gets to show you a lot more about that character in his next appearance. And he has an entire arc where he changes as a character. You might really like that. You might really like that. You're not going to see what's coming, but you're going to like it. I can guarantee it. Man, is The Mandalorian so fucking good. Damn, I thought season 2 was mediocre. Well, that's because you're artistic, Cal Concepts, right? You're the art guy I talked to, right? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe your artsy brain, dude, is just trying to turn it into something that it's not. I don't know. Maybe you're seeing shapes and colors, bro, and you're not understanding what's going on in front of your brain. But, man, it's such a fucking good show. And season 2 is even better, dude. This is a sponsorship of The Mandalorian. Maybe, dude. You know, I hated episode 1 and 2 and 3 when they came out, but the new garbage fire movies made me appreciate them a lot more. I'm happy to hear that, dude. It's good shit. What kind of microphone is that? You sound very crispy. And you spelt it with a K, like it's a donut. I hope you don't mean it's creamy, sticky, and gets all over your fingers. Because that doesn't sound very good for audio quality. But if you mean crispy with a C, I'm happy to hear that. This is an ATR 2100 is what it's called, an Audio-Technica microphone. Wow, dude, he's on the autism spectrum. Not cool. Hey, bro, I got no problem with it, bro. You know, isn't there some theory that that's the next step of mankind? We're all going to become artistic. I hope we all become artistic. I think if more people are artsy, the world would be a better place, bro, if I'm being quite honest with you. Can we talk about how good Way of Kings is now? I don't know what you're talking about. Shit, even if you hate Star Wars, I'd recommend Knights of the Old Republic 2. It was made by a person that clearly hates the concept of the Force. Knights of the Old Republic is cool. The Mandalorian is interesting, but the swings in tone and quality episode to episode kind of put me off to it. Still trying to make myself watch the rest. Prequel lover, by the way. Yeah, I think in the first season, there were more episodes that I didn't like. I know some people are talking shit on the second season as liking it less. I don't know. I'm in love with Star Wars, and I like the second season a ton. I would say I cared a lot less about maybe some of the first ones. Like I think the Ice Spider episode I didn't like as much. The kind of arc with the frog people I didn't really care about very much. But the very first episode where we're going with the Marshal, that's a good one. And likewise, I think with the sharpshooter lady in season 1 back on that same planet was good. I like that one. So yeah, there are some episodes that are better than others, and there are some episodes that I think could border on being bad. But as a whole, I think it's really, really fun. Thanks. I appreciate your rhetoric breakdown streams. Bathtub debate breakdown when? Maybe at the end of this stream, dude. I'm sweating. I shut the windows so my neighbors outside and the people in the street don't hear me. But yeah. Pisco. What's up, dude? My voice is fucking going out. Pisco, I assume, was talking about the trial. Did the trial continue today, guys? Let me know in the chat. We're talking about all sorts of pop culture. We're talking about anime, which is kind of put to the side. Now we're talking about Star Wars, specifically The Mandalorian. Kind of talked about how, though people shit on the prequels, they kind of do it out of just copying other people. They're not really thinking for themselves because they forget about episode 2, and nobody talks about how episode 2 is good. Episode 3 kind of sucked, but that's the one that people say they kind of liked. I think you just liked it because of Order 66 and seeing children massacred. But hey, bad faith assumption on my part. Day 7, I think. Interesting. How can this not be called out? What? How can what not be called out? I want an apology now, Pisco. Uh-oh, what did he say? We're waiting for your jacuzzi stream. Feels weird, man. Oh, yeah, I was talking about that. Yeah, I might have to take a bath at the end of the stream. I'm sweating, dude, because I've been screaming about anime for the past, how many hours now? Do we have an uptime? Oh, while you guys are here and I don't scare you off with whatever the subject matter is, that's clearly not the same as Pisco's law stuff, I'm having a panel on Saturday, April the 10th at noon Pacific. And you can see it in the bottom corner over here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. It's a Naruto panel. If you guys have seen me critique Destiny's rhetoric or, hell, Pisco's rhetoric, I did a whole debate review on that. When Pisco, Bastiat, Destiny, when all of them had their very, very deep conversation about different topics, they cover quite a bit. If you guys didn't know, I did a very in-depth line-by-line review of that. You might enjoy that. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can scroll down through the VOD playlist and you can find it. I believe it's titled with Pisco's name featured pretty prominently in there. Furthermore, Pisco, if you want to check that out to get any kind of advice you could glean for improving your debate skills or anything else, I would encourage you to. It's free. It's free advice, baby. It's free advice. And normally it's helpful, you know, if you take it to heart. So yeah, you can do that. You people are dumbasses. The psychiatrists are killing us. What? Could someone get rid of sorry for getting mad? Because no amount of saying he's sorry is gonna help. Shame on you, Pisco. Yes, I am mentally ill. Yikes. Oh my God. Because the psychiatric drugs damaged my noggin. Okay. Whites are dying out. You know what else is dying out? Your freedom of speech, bruh, because we're about to boot you from this conversation. I'm just gonna right-click you. Hey! Do I have any swords? They are incompetent. Well, that's the one thing I agree with you. My mods are incompetent. Any mods in the chat? Holy shit. Get rid of this idiot. All right. I'm going to have to do it my fucking self. Oh, boy. Psychiatrists are evil, evil scum. They are doing this. They know nothing. Oh. You know nothing is a pretty cool dude from Twitter. Mod me? Yeah, I probably should mod you. I'm a mod? Then why are you letting him fucking say all this stupid shit? I cannot believe you guys have just let this person say all this nonsense. Goodbye. You're banned. For anybody that doesn't know, if you ever get banned because you have a psychotic break in my chat or you get drunk or, you know, whatever the other fucking reason is, there's an unban form. You do ! Unban, or you look down to the bottom of the Twitch panels and you can find it. You didn't ask me nicely. If you honestly have a sword, I might take it away from you.
You have to form these opinions yourself. You can't cut to the
that's
chase.
Kind of cringe.
Drawing your own
you,
conclusions
honestly.
is the chase.
I'm literally going to put a note, Annie.
Forgot to resub hooey.
Honestly, if you do have a sword, Annie, you just lost it. This is like if I gave you the order to fucking march into enemy territory and you took your fucking people and turned around and you just cost me the lives of the entire infantry. Okay. Annie doesn't have a sword. Well, good. Clearly there's some executive decision. I'm going to put a note on Annie's profile to never give her one. Maybe don't promote that right now for that guy. Well, I have to because the mods are fucking not paying attention, dude. Yeah, rip Annie. Well, she memed about having a sword. Now she's going to have fucking limited rights in the chat. My brother was on my account. Well, you can tell me all about your brother and his psychotic problems on the Unban forum. And you can apologize. Talk to me about the measures you put in place to never let that motherfucker touch your keyboard again, because he just costed you. I just got back, Pepe Hands. Well, that's good. You came right after I removed this idiot. Oh, yeah. I also need to put a note to add Supreme on there. Supreme's trustworthy. I think you need a sword more than you need a jewel, my friend. You're not Twitch royalty. You're a knightly man. There we go. You need a sword. Annie needs a note on next to her name about never getting a sword. Dope. My dog ate my homework. Well, the psychiatrist ate that person's brain. So, you know, we're all having a bad day, it seems like. Now let's get to the important questions. Does the Goof Troop universe have the concept of bestiality? Why do you make me read that? You know it's like a teleprompter, right? You know I'm like Ron Burgundy. I can't help but read the things that you guys write, okay? And I don't realize sometimes how bad your message is about to become until I get right to the end of it. So if you write these things, right to bear arms. Bruh, I'm happy I have you here. Right to bear arms. Hey, real quick. Psst. So I have a bit of a record in the DGG Discord, and I was told you're the man to talk to about getting that removed. Now, I learned about a rule, okay? A rule that I'm embarrassed that I accidentally, well, not accidentally, okay? I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. I tested a rule, okay? And I have a blight on my record. The only blight. I've been really, really good on the server since then. I wonder if I can get that removed. Can I get that removed? I don't want to bug Cake. Cake is my only other person that I have DMs for. But please, can you please remove it? I don't want people thinking ill of me. And I've learned I don't do that anymore. So I would appreciate tested a rule. Yeah. When a non-mod tells you about rules and they're being an asshole, it's difficult to take them very seriously, okay? For the most part, I've had good interactions. Rule testers are almost as bad as lolly debaters. Well, hey, here's the thing. Am I a rule tester? Is that fair to say? Okay. Is Wicked Supreme a woman denier because he asked questions? That's all I gotta say. I ask questions, okay? And my questions happen to contain a word that was banned, okay? I was asking questions about the rule, and then I learned that's a meta thing that you're not allowed to do because it will get you a warning. And I've never done it since. I've never questioned rules. I've never played that game. So I would like it expunged. I think like convictions for the possession of marijuana, this was something, an artifact, if you would, from a different time, a different booksmarts, right? And I just don't think that should continue to be on there. I've reformed. I've truly reformed, and I think I need you to get rid of it. We believe in rehabilitative justice, right? We have to. Case in point, your boy. I don't say that stuff in DGG anymore, okay? I don't even ask about rules anymore. People tell me something, I go, okay. Even that asshole guy from the fucking comp site chat that told me, oh, you're impersonating Kira. I changed stuff for him, okay? I didn't change my fucking user icon because that's not against the rules, but I did. I changed stuff, okay? I didn't question. I listened, okay? So I think I've learned. I will have to sleep on this decision, and I'm likely to forget it. Peppa laugh. It's 6:30 a.m., and I'm on my laptop in bed. No Discord here. It's my safe space. Okay. You know what? I would like to feel safe when I do ! Rap sheets. So if you're comfortable with it, I can remind you if it doesn't get expunged. If you forget about it, I don't blame you. Right? You're going above and beyond the Call of Duty to help me out. I would just appreciate it. So I'll reach out to you again. Don't worry about it. This is your safe space. Don't have to stress about it, bro. Just the note while I had you in the chat, you know. Just I see an opportunity and I seize it like my colonial ancestors, bro. Maybe not the best comparison. What else is opportunistic but good? Not a lot. Wolf of Wall Street. Okay, Anywho, Bookie makes a good case for retributive justice. No, he doesn't. Stop it. Retributive is not what we're looking for here. That's not what we're looking for. I'm eating a nasty ass burrito. These nasty motherfucker who motherfucker made this bitch need to motherfucker get slapped in the motherfucking face. Am I supposed to read that like a rap? I mean, the nastiest burrito, these nasty motherfucker who motherfucker made this bitch need the motherfucker get slapped in the motherfucker face. I'm eating on it. Yeah, I can see that. I can rap it, dude. Warren Buffett. I don't know. Warren? Oh, Warren Buffett. Yeah, I guess him. He's opportunistic and people tend to like him. I think it's because he's old and white, though. Never question a rule. And he supports the Democrats, I'm pretty sure. Never question a rule. Sounds like a bad rule, though. No, it's not. Okay, here's the thing. And this is what I mean by I have been reformed. So shortly after we had this awful interaction between me and some of the mods on your Discord, learning about rules, I had to form a moderation super team of my own. And we had to start enforcing rules against people who like to test rules. And I started to learn why you hate people like that. Because those are some of the most difficult people to deal with, are the ones that always test the rules. Because you always have to err on the side of caution and punish them, to be honest. And that's not fun. Nobody enjoys punishing people, especially when at the meta level that person realizes what they're doing is somewhat wrong. It's not fun. I haven't enjoyed kicking a single person from my Discord, aside from the Nazis, which is kind of fun. It has its own kind of fun to it. I've enjoyed the Nazis, kicking them, but I have not enjoyed kicking some of the other people that I've had to kick. It's always that, like, it's people that engage a lot in the chat, but they trigger people because they're low-key racist, or they're challenging rules all the time, or you issue a very formal declaration where you tell them that they need to be careful and they're not allowed to do something, and then they do that thing literally like a week or two later. You know, I feel you now. I've learned. Not only have I learned, I've empathized, right? I see where you're coming from. It sucks. I don't want to put you guys through that anymore. So, you know, I've learned a lot. Neither have I, because they aren't written anyway. Yeah, like, I don't want people fighting over my rules or debating them, because they're not the people that get the final say. It's the mods and me, you know? So I get it. I get the whole thing. Anywho. And they are saying, just testing. My racist cousin was just testing. Yikes. Oh, okay. Probably misinterpreted what you were saying. You were testing boundaries of rules that you could read, not merely asking about a rule some random person said existed. No, I did ask about that rule. And in asking, I broke the rule multiple times. And I've learned what I did. I'm a changed man. You know, I'm a changed man, like Pratso says. Here's what I'll say, right, to bear arms. I don't know if you're a religious man. I assume not, because you watch Steven. But, you know, I know a great guy. He was Jewish. Great guy. Community organizer. Kind of like Steven. We all like Steven, right? His name was Jesus. And sometimes I like to think, what would that guy do? The fucking love thy neighbor guy. What would he be up to? You know? And not to guilt trip you, but I think that Jesus likes second chances. He gave us his blood and his flesh, okay, for fucking sweaty ass people in uncomfortable suits on Sundays, okay? He's done a lot for us, and he's the gift that keeps on giving. And I think you know, maybe that kind of questioning, that kind of mindset will lead you somewhere good. Stephen is the worst. He's not much like Jesus. No. No. Not very much, no. Do you think Skyrim belongs to the Nords? I don't know. Jesus' N-word arc was a classic? Yikes. Man, I have like a plugged up nasal way. Jesus wouldn't mow down innocent chatters? No, but Jesus might mow down some rowdy protesters. Let's not meme on Steven, dude. We kind of opened up the stream with talking about how he fucking made fun of my dead friend. So let's chill out on Steven. We kind of came out of the gate really hard on Steven at the beginning of the stream. So I don't think he needs all that stuff, dude. Feels weird, man. What do you mean by that, Booksmarts? I mean, we were mean to Steven, dude. Heading out for the night. Have a good stream, Books. See you, bro. Jesus would never play League of Legends. Confess your sins to the chat and the Archbishop Bear might forgive you. I think that's the thing you do in private. Like many kinds of language, we want to keep that in private. I'm happy to get on my hands and knees and beg to the bear in private. I think I've done that on stream, but I'm happy to, you know, round to it if he's like, oh, I forgot. You caught me when I was in my safe space. Hey, Booksmarts, the sand remark was in episode 2. Who cares? Who cares? Jesus probably more of a smite guy. Oh, that's a good one, bro. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to catch up. Was there any other good chats that I missed? there's a good chance the rules were debated or weren't there until they needed to be. This is why questioning the rules is usually stupid. Yeah, you usually add rules after you have to ban somebody for something that's like clearly outrageous. Smite devs are pussies for not adding Jesus. Yikes. If it takes a Jewish guy to kick over the tables by money changers too stupid to not cheat and stealing Yahweh's house, then at this point he has his father's blessing. I like how you're issuing that, Dractor, as if you are the father. Goodness gracious. Don't say that to Catholic people, bro. They'll beat the shit out of you. And they'll fucking light a fucking candle and pray for you. Smite, very good game. Yeah, kind of. They already got in trouble for adding some Hindu gods. Good God. What's up, Lux? Lux, I've had some private conversations about some positions that you've told to some friends of ours. And not to leak things, Lux, but let's just say you have a flexible definition of the word genius, and I think I might want to have a private conversation with you about that. You should reach out to me on Discord. I'd be interested to talk to you, because I kind of want to debate you a little bit, dude. Kind of want to debate you. Private conversations, yeah, bro. Wicked Supreme, bro. You're still here? What are you doing? I thought you wouldn't still be here, bro. Are you leaking logs? No, I'm not leaking any logs, bro. I'm not leaking. I just think Lux is being a little bit bad faith. I agreed with you. Well, that wasn't your private position. That may be your public one, bro, but I'm starting to think you're wearing a mask, bro, because that's not what you said in private. So you and I are going to have words, buddy. You and I are going to have words. He's misinterpreting me. Well, you can say that all you'd like. As someone who was raised Catholic and has been to the Vatican, I can confirm the Inquisition is coming for all you Coomers. Jesus Christ, Cal Concepts. Are you still seeing in artistic blobs and stuff, bro? Was that like before or after you watched episode 2? Because I think there may have been some, Danny Phantom type like medical emergency scientific event that kind of tore you apart at the molecular level and turned you into something weird. So I'm not trusting everything you say anymore. Fate Grand Order. Fate. That's that thing with Astolfo. That's all I know about Fate, dude. I think I've read more Dojin. Oh, this is kind of cringe. Never mind. I think I've read more of Fate than I've watched. And yet I only know about like one character. I love that Twitter loves Astolfo so much too. I wish I had like a private Twitter where I could follow all my like Astolfo and Femboy accounts and just secretly like the shit out of all of them and support those creators. But man, fuck. I can't do it on my Booksmarts account, bro. It's fucking pissing me off sometimes. Like sometimes I get in a rabbit hole. I don't know if you guys ever have this where you don't want to follow an account because it's cringe. But then, like, you click on the account to see what other kind of, cringe you want to look at. And then you click an account that was from that account. And you get in this rabbit hole. You got fucking 10 tabs open. And then there's the moment of guilt where you feel kind of gross. And you have to just exit all the tabs individually and not follow or like any of their posts. And I have that a lot on the Booksmarts Twitter account. I have that quite a bit. I need a private Twitter account, dude. I need a private Twitter account. That's what I'll say, dude. Just make a private... Wait. I didn't even think about lists. Yeah, you could have a private list, huh? Fucking brilliant. Who said that? Take Renell. If you would consent, I would kiss you right now. Man, you're a fucking genius. I can make a list. I can make a private list. That's fucking genius. Okay. I'm putting down a note. A note. So I got to turn Supreme into a mod, and I need to create a private list on Twitter. Amazing. Thank you so much. Time to check out this sexy femboy, ironically. I read that in my head, like the voice of the captain from Futurama. Ironically. But what if you accidentally click the heart? We would all know. I don't care. I'd own up to an accidental heart, bro. But if the list leaked, it'd probably be bad. To do femboy Twitter list. Exactly, bro. You know what I'm on about. I've actually been considering a lucrative venture that I don't even mind if it went public that I engaged in it, and it has to do with OnlyFans, and not my OnlyFans. I'll say this, okay? I'll actually put it out there, dude. I'll own up to it. Here it comes. Here it comes, Supreme. Okay. Should I? Yeah, I'm going to own up to it, bro. I'm going to own up to it. I said I wouldn't care. Here, I'll say this. I think when I'm passionate about something, I'm very good at organizing very quickly. And what I can say is I would like the opportunity, if possible, if anybody needs this service, to manage OnlyFans people. Do you need somebody to help you with getting people to the page? Do you need help doing your content management system, planning out shoots, getting, themes, buying the costume, whatever you need help with, all the logistical things, the back end things, maybe even doing the DMs and stuff. Do you need help with that? I'm your guy. Are you a femboy twink? Let's do a commercial. Are you a femboy twink in need of a content management system or manager for your OnlyFans account? Well, look no further. Your boy Booksmarts is willing to help for a small, modest commission. I can help you with your monthly content, planning it, getting it out there, handling DMs, and anything else that you could use help with. And I'd like to extend this offer to people as kind of a public service. I think with the more clients that I take under my wing, the more efficient we get at things and the more of an understanding of this industry and of the consumers, you, the chatters, the OnlyFans patrons, helping you out and connecting you with content creators that provide the tickle that you need for your pickle, NB bulge, or other kind of genitalia. I think that if you could use some help with that, you go ahead and let me know. There are many other people offering this service to many different OnlyFans people. And if you didn't know that this was a service or this has been what's kind of standing in your way of pursuing that as a career, I'm here to tell you anybody can do it. Anybody can be successful on OnlyFans. It simply takes a bit of know-how and a bit of dedication. So if you guys want help with that, if anybody hears that their friend needs help with that, reach out to old Bookie Boy. That's an industry I want to get into. I kind of do. I wouldn't stop streaming even if it made me a gazillion dollars. I'd be like Dan. I'd be a rich person that hangs out on Twitch. But I will say, gross. When I talk a lot, I get a lot of phlegm in my throat. Anywho, this is kind of hurting my pitch. I'd be willing to help you. You just let me know. That's a business that I want to get into. Call him Pitbull because he is Mr. Worldwide. Pepe laugh. Oh my goodness. Are there really e-pimps for OnlyFans? Stop calling them pimps. It's not pimping, dude. I'm managing, dude. I'm helping you manage your content. If you're an OnlyFans person, you know what I'm talking about, bro. Oh goodness. But yeah, Lux, hey, you're a business buddy. Help me figure this out. Help me get a marketing plan together. Help me reach out to these small content creators to make big things happen. You and I think we could partner. With our combined strength, we shall rule the galaxy, okay? We shall rule OnlyFans. You and me. You could do the girls if that's what you're into. I could do the boys. I can do that. That's fine. I'll take one for the team. We could manage these things, bro. We could build an empire. You and me, Lux. You know where to put the money after we make it. I can just give it all to you, and then you take a fat commission from me. We're all getting a piece of the pie, bro. It's like fucking socialism, dude. Everybody's happy. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Okay. I'm down to do that. So just put those vibes out into the ether, Put those vibes out there. I'll make a second Twitter account called PimpSmarts or something like that. Only Smarts. Where I have the big brain business mind, dude, and I help you out with your OnlyFans. Yeah, because I do consulting right now, and it just doesn't seem that far off. If you guys didn't know this, you can reach out via my email, and I can give you consulting, give you help on projects, give you life advice, whatever the fuck you want. And you know what I want to do? I want to help OnlyFans creators get big and manage their shit. That's what I want to see. Because there's nothing I hate more as a consumer of OnlyFans content than the bland, boring fucking shit where my people aren't putting stuff out anymore, or they're stressed out and you can just see it in the pictures. I want to take that stress off your shoulders and help you be the best you could be and produce content that really demonstrates what you can do. So that's where I'm at with it. Book's starting to give off creeper vibes now. Yikes. Well, that's not the idea. Not a pimp, by the way. You can call it what you want, baby. I can't wait until he finds out that not all fan accounts are porn. I don't care if they're not. I'm not in it for the pictures, dude. I'm in it to help people doing something I think is badass, okay? That's what it is. I think it's cool what they're doing, and I want to help them with it. It's not that. I don't really care about that part of it. Piece of the pie. Book, what kind of pie are we talking about? I feel like this is going to turn into a massive catfishing scheme within a month. It might, dude. Surely the big OnlyFanners contract out replying to messages. They might. They could. We could do all sorts of stuff, dude. I got big brain for that kind of stuff. I just don't have. I got a big brain, but unfortunately, to match my big brain, I got big body, and I'm not really feeling like doing OnlyFans content. But if I could help other people do it, dude, I can fucking live through them. Oh man, you don't need me. You're a genius. I'm like a lol. I see what you're doing there, Lux. We're still having our conversation, buddy. You're not dodging out. No. You're not getting out of that. No. Maybe if you bring me some my first OnlyFans people, maybe I'd let you off the hook from that conversation. But no, I'm going to wait until you're on a fucking panel or something, dude. I'm going to corner you. I'm going to fucking force you into a non-consensual conversation, dude. I'm just going to admit to it right now. I'm going to force you into it, bruh. It's going to happen, and you're not going to see it coming. Can you give us advice for how to write the best Reddit DMs to reach out to people from r/BDSM personals? Here's what I'll tell you, Namaste. Namaste, if you want to reach out to the Booksmarts email by doing !email and you have the money to work on such a project, I would be happy to review some of the DMs that you're sending now, to review these profiles that you're responding to, and to help you maybe connect with people a little bit better. Maybe see some of the errors in your ways that are leading to missed connections, right? I can do that. I can consult you on that. If that's something that you need, bruh, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, buddy. I think this stream has the weirdest conversation transitions. Anime, Star Wars, pleading for unban. Please hire me to handle your DMs. This is shaping up to be a Patreon exclusive. I DM'd you on Discord. Lol, set up a time. I most certainly will. I saw the thumbnail and it looked like you were crying. What's wrong, bookfucker? I'm stricken. I'm stricken by the beauty of the world, dude. We were talking about a lot of beautiful stuff in chat today. We were talking about the beauty of anime.
Yes, I love this. For mysterious reasons, I love this.
The future, of course. I mean, kind of the future of this channel. Maybe doing some panel stuff, which is going to happen on Saturday at noon. We're going to have a Naruto panel. We were talking about lots of stuff. Thank you, Luxifer, for the sub. And I will be responding to you in the DMs. I'm so tired. I'm getting loopy. Yeah, we talked about a lot of beautiful stuff. I'm probably crying over beautiful stuff, bro. We talked about the movies that I love, the anime that I love, the social media that I love. We talked about a lot. Anywho, he was crying during the Made in Abyss discussion. Yeah, that's kind of cry-worthy, isn't it, though? Kind of fucked, the Made in Abyss thing. Anywho, I think we're done. I got through, I have maybe like 20 different topics on my notes in front of me, and I've gone through, I think 2. I've gone through 2, maybe 3. So I have a whole other stream here planned. We went way off the deep end on nonsense. So, you know, that's good though. These are good problems to have. So, we'll go through the rest of them probably later in the week. I'm going to keep doing the streams because I really want to shill the panel that's happening on Saturday. Super duper excited for that. I'm going to kind of end the stream talking about that one more time. We're going to be doing a lot of new stuff. I'm going to release the Notion document that explains the format and the topics probably closer to Thursday or Friday. Right now it's available to patrons on Patreon. So if you want to review that, you can. And it's open to anybody that's a patron. So even if you donated $1 per month, you can view that on Patreon. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's up there if you want early access. But anywho, we're kind of changing some of the panel stuff. We're doing some stuff that is actually new. So we're gonna have team panels where we're gonna beforehand people are gonna have prep, kind of like the Nazi debates that like Vosh and Steven had where they tag team. It's sort of like that. The people are going to have the opportunity to prep beforehand, which they are right now, and they're going to argue some stuff about Naruto. Beyond that, we're also bringing in a bit of a jury thing. You guys are going to be a jury, and you're going to be able to vote via straw polls on who you think was winning or what position you found to be the most defensible. And I will look at that. I will make a decision as to a final judgment call on who won or what topic won. And we'll do that at the end of every single topic, so we kind of know where things stand. Lots of fun stuff in the works for that one. I look forward to it. I hope you guys look forward to it. Even if you don't like anime, it should be a shit show and fun. I mean, like, even if you don't know anything about Naruto, you probably don't know shit about politics either, right? How many Europeans have to sit through a bunch of these conversations about American politics? Can I see a show of hands? How many Europeans watch these fucking panels and shit, and it's not even your fucking country? Does that not get to you at some level that we can't talk about German politics, or we can't talk about the fact that the UK is banning trans people and shit? Does that ever bother you? That you don't get any attention? I mean, like, I find it unfathomable that you guys are that interested in American politics, at least to the ratio of how much politics content on Twitch is specifically about that. So I implore you to continue that kind of digestion of things that are not related to you at all, and enjoy the spice and the fun and the argumentation that will be involved in the Naruto conversation, even if you don't give a fuck about Naruto. Because beyond that, and this again goes to my European people, isn't it fun to kind of meme and to make fun of people about topics that, you know, you don't really care about? Granted, U.S. domestic policy probably or foreign policy probably has a gnarly impact on you. But, you know, other topics don't really. And it's kind of fun to meme on the people that seem to have the wrong ideas about it. And you guys might have the same fun with Naruto. I'd encourage you to try it. It should be fun beyond the topics. The only way Europeans and Canadians can make money on this platform is to talk about U.S. politics. Big true. One confirmed European. Europeans feels weird, man. European people feels weird, man. This is why people don't like... I'm not going to roast the European. Okay, this is why people don't consider you guys' opinions on Twitch, because you hit me with a feels weird, man, when I generalize your entire continent. Yes, I'm talking about people from Europe whose politics are not represented. I'm not grouping you guys all up and saying you're one way or the other. I'm saying it must be boring to not see things about your various countries, okay? That's what I'll say in your inconvenient fucking times that we have to stream that for you. Hey, man, please read my dumbass super chat so I can feel good. Okay, let me open that up for you. Just for you in particular, Dick Dragon. Dick Dragon, does that have anything to do with the brand Dragon? Or is that just a furry thing? Or is it a furry thing and it has to do with the Dragon brand? Because technically, it could be both. How do I even see my super chats? Oh man, I'm an awful streamer. I am an awful streamer. YouTube Studio, I'd assume. Man, if I miss it in the fucking in the scrolling thing of chat, I'm awful. There's no way to go back and look at it. Here we are. It should be somewhere in here. Recent subscribers, playlist, analytics. I assume monetization, maybe. Maybe. I'm looking for it for you. In the meantime, let's see what's going on with the supers. Okay, supers. A very old CasMG thing. Imagine planning out a stream. I mean, it's very minimal planning. I just write down topics so I don't forget. All right, Dick Dragon says, I will now be chatter. Please enjoy my chats. Yeah, okay. I'm enjoying it. Then we have Nitish Damal saying, with $5 Australian didgeridoos, that's okay, I like you still. Well, I don't know what gave you reason not to like me, but I'm happy you changed your mind. Hollow XP says, thank you for being as obsessed with Jujutsu Kaisen as me. No problem, Hollow XP. We have similar taste, you and I. And then I read the rest of them, so that's good. Anywho, are you following the Gudgel thing? Nope. No, I am not. Don't judge anime women too harshly. They're written by sweaty incel male mangakas. Interesting. Wow, Bookie is so noble, he doesn't even care about the money. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand. Just woke up and caught the stream. Pog, Eurogang. Fucking wet. Well, you know, I hate to keep commenting on your name, Dragon, but I can't keep making those jokes, dude. I have a rule on my Discord that they're not allowed to do anything lewd or not safe for work, and my mods give me so much shit because I fucking come on stream and I'm just like making all these jokes and creating a community that probably will think that's okay when they come on to onto the Discord. So I have to knock it off with the jokes, but you're really lining them up for me, bro. You didn't know where the paid chats were. Oh, does that mean I don't care about money, or does that mean I'm a bad business person because I don't give any attention to the people that give me money? Like, I don't know. It sounds like I'm a bad streamer more than I don't care about money. Allow it. Coomer Discord. Nope. Nope. You didn't know. Okay. Anime has some of the strongest women in media. Kind of true. Stop sexualizing yourself. If I can't do it, you can't. Jesus, dude. Wait, what's wrong with lewd comments on Discord? It's not allowed on my Discord. That's what's wrong with it. I mean, you guys can lewd me. Like, you can make comments about me, but if they cross the line, those mods are going to fucking ban you, dude. Those mods are going to give you a strong fucking warning and delete your message, and you can only really get 2 of those before it's like a big time problem. So be very careful on my Discord. What is it? Tread lightly on there. His Discord is like the Third Reich, but for Coomers instead of Jews. Namaste. Did you do drugs before you came on the chat today? You were talking about this BDSM personal advice, and now you're talking about the Third Reich and Jews. You're getting kind of not very namaste, bruh. You're not being very namaste. You're not really living up to your name, brother. Anywho, let me go ahead and go to Twitch and figure out where I'm going to put all you people for the night. Night for me, European crowd. I bet it's not nighttime for you guys. Euro gang rising up. Rise, Euro gang. End of the line. Let's see. Where am I going to put you guys? We have Mr. Geek. We have Polyglottopus. We have... You know what? We said positive smarts about panels. We are rating Prime Kai. I got to start breaking you guys into panels.
Mysterious reasons,
Booksmarts is such a sexy rhetoric analysis.
Hope you're doing well.
Oh my god, I totally am. Oh my god. Neon, thank you so much. Neon jar. Does that mean you're like a jar that glows? That's like so fucking cool. That's some fucking Pinterest shit. Oh my god, that's like aesthetic needs. Thank you so much. Yamero! Okay. No more of that voice. I know people hate that too. It's the beds and the fucking voice. These are the 2 things that I constantly get comments and literally even emails about like, hey, Booksmarts, you haven't been taking these comments seriously on your stream. I'm not memeing when I say I cannot watch your stream when you are on a bed. I cannot have you on my television when you are doing that voice. So I've tried to cut it out, guys. I've tried to cut it out. I listen, okay? I listen to you. Anywho, you guys don't have to jump into this raid if you don't want to, but we're positive smartsing it today. If we're going to enter into the panel game, we need to give unto the panel gods. And one of the gods of the panel game, his name is Prime Kai. So there you go. We're going to raid into Prime Kai. I'm not sure what they're talking about. It's always a little bit random. He says he's talking about Biden failing on immigration. Low-key, kinda is. What's up with the kids in cages, Biden? I know Obama built the cages, but you didn't need to build, a bunch more. And hell, maybe you should build some better cages because the ones you have are filling up. What's up with that? Anywho, my neighbors all around me probably do not like this talk of Biden and kids in cages. Remember where I am. Anywho, have a good time, guys. Bye. There you go. You and me, YouTube chat. You know what time it is. Let's get comfy, huh? You and me. We've got all the kids. We put the kids in bed. You and me, YouTube chat. Let's get real. I'm going to lay down on the bed. I know I was just talking about how that's not great for you guys, but I'm a little tired. Let's get on the bed, huh? Let's have some pillow talk, you and I. Let me look into your eyes. Let me look into your beautiful, beautiful eyes. Hi, Twitch. Hi, YouTube chat. Sorry, that's kind of awkward to be in bed with you and call you by my other lover's name. Hi, YouTube chat. This is the content I come to YouTube for. Well, let me tell you. Naruto panel, bruh. Uh-oh. Is it covering? It's not covering. I can see it. It's not really covering. Oh yeah, the Naruto panel. But we are doing a Naruto panel. So how are you guys? Step off the ledge? I'm not going on a ledge. I would never step off a ledge. Not with you guys in my life. Wow. Crazy Firefox. Thank you so much for that $15 US. I think it is base to do a bed stream, and I'm glad you think the same. That's why we come and we lay down like this together, because we get along so well. Good thing he censored it with the blur. Censored what? This is the beginning book. The beginning of your OnlyFans content. Got me laughing too hard. I can't focus. Well, stuff and things. You're probably thinking about all kinds of stuff and things. Being so flustered. Man, you're cute when you're flustered. Oh, how are you guys? How is the stream? I know that we covered like a lot of stuff that we don't normally. Like I try to avoid the anime stuff, but it's such a big part of like my personal life, and I'm sharing so much with you guys, and we're entering this kind of new phase in our relationship. And, so I just, the entire screen is very blurry, which I think adds a good aesthetic. That's good. He doesn't know. Pepe laugh. Uh-oh. I don't know what. Oh, that it's all blurry? kind of don't like that. I kind of don't like that it's blurry, but I mean, if you guys say it's aesthetic, I'll leave it be. We do indeed come and lay down. Is that too far? No, you come lay down right next to me. Nah, book, anime is dope. Not awkward at all. All right, wonderful. I'm happy about that because sometimes I worry that I'm oversharing, you know? Like, if you're not into it, I don't want to put you through it. So, you know, if you guys don't want anime or you don't want Star Wars prequel talk, I just want you to know that you can tell me, and it won't mean that I love you any less. Only way to get it is through Japanese censorship. Oh, the only way to get it through Japanese censorship. Interesting. Thinking about the Twitchos watching a panel while we get to go on a date with Bookie. I'd say that we just got home from a date and we're kind of enjoying a reprieve. A reprieve from all that bouncing around and dancing and, you know, the kind of performative stuff that, like, Steven pretends that he doesn't do. All of that, you know, just getting away from it, you know, just returning to basics. Return to monkey. Lay in bed. This is, you know, I think that a special part of this show and a special part of the YouTube part of the show was conceived, I would say, in this bed, in a bed just like this one. And so I think bed streams are just, you know, it just feels like home. Yeah. What in the mom's basement is going on here? Don't make it weird, Mike. Don't make it weird. Wait, so the panel is gonna actually be about Naruto? I thought you were just memeing. No, Yusa. We're not memeing. And the fact that you're saying this either means you just discovered that there was a post on Patreon, or you're just now realizing after this 3-hour-long stream that I'm not memeing. That we are talking about Naruto. And if you're curious what about Naruto and you're not a Patreon user, you can join and you can read all about it. Comfy, sexy, bed, ASMR. That's right, Noxious Toxland. We're having a good one. This is the weirdest thing I have ever seen. What is happening right now? Mike, what's happening right now is we're forming a connection, and it's so strong. To give it in anime terms, it's like the red ribbon of fate just tugged a little bit, and you saw it there, just a flash of it, and you realized at that moment our fates were intertwined. And I know that can be uncomfortable. And I know that can be something that is scary, you know. There's a new feeling, and it's in your chest, and it's fua, and you don't know what to do with it, but I'm here to guide you through that. I'm here to tell you it's perfectly natural. And God put that there to let you know when you're on the right track. And I'm going to take you hand in hand and walk you down this road. And you're not alone anymore. Will you speak to us in uwu, though? Fuck no. I'm told that I can't. Because if I talk to you in uwu, somebody's girlfriend's going to threaten to leave them, and they don't make enough money to afford her half of the rent. So they're kind of held hostage by some random bitch that doesn't like me. And for that one person, because I just care to cater to you, I'll keep it away. I'll hold that voice down. I'll change for you. I fucking, whoops. Man, I clicked out of my stream chat. It refreshed. I'm forgetting, dude. I'm having a stroke. I forgot all the things that you just said. Please retype them. Is this the new live stream meta? No. But yeah, people send me some emails that really worry me. And so I'm trying to keep the voice away from them. Anyhow, I just wanted to... I like closing it out with a YouTube exclusive, and I try to be positive smarts at the end. Here's one thing I'll say to you guys. I'll say this parasocial relationship that we're building is just going to get stronger and stronger. And I hope that over time I can learn more about you and you can learn more about me. And you don't get disgusted enough to stop giving me money. What a hero. Yeah. Can you focus your camera so we could bask in the glory of the bedpost, please? No, I kind of prefer the fuzziness. This isn't real, right? Like, this is a skit or something. No, Mike. Mike, this is real. You and me, Mike. Anywho, Lux is DMing me, so I'm so sorry. I have to go to work. But I'll leave you here. I'll be quiet. Don't worry. I'll let you sleep. So you have yourself a good rest of your night. I hope to catch you on the next one. Don't forget that I have a Naruto panel April 10th at noon Pacific time, and I would really love it if you guys would all show up. We're doing straw polls, and we're not doing Twitch polls, so even the YouTube chat could participate, and I really like that about it. And if I just type in restream, it'll post to both chats, and, you know, we're not going to be prejudiced. Everybody gets a vote. So I love you guys. Have a good one. And I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.